Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Mic test, mic test. Oh, my goodness. What a disaster. What a disaster. No sound. Can you guys hear me? As long as you can hear me, because I cannot get the audio to work from my my sound clips and stuff. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me out here. So let me know if you can hear me, and then we'll start the show, because I want to make sure we got Frogz in here. All right, let me see. Yeah, I know, no sound. I think there you go. You guys hear me. Good. That's the most important part, is that you hear me and you hear Frogz. Frogz, let me get you off of mute on here, because all of our stuff. There we go, guys. You guys can hear me. Fancy Mancy, nice. I can't get the audio. Can you hear Frogz? Let you know if you can hear Frogz.
Just want to make sure, make sure everybody can hear me. Sitting here rocking out some what is this, Fiesta mode, nice. Halo multiplayer.
Oh, damn, you're doing it good. We're gonna talk about it.
Great. Yeah, we got to talk about this.
All right. Well, as you can see, the gaming Grindhouse has had a renovation. I've been migrating computers here, and I've been trying to do a lot more multimedia stuff, and I've been doing a lot more video editing and things like that. So I think I have a new setup here, but it messed up all my all my stuff. So like screen sharing, music right now, I've been trying to struggle all day to get it to work. I finally got the Discord to work. So I'm glad, and that's the most important thing. The grinders want to hear you and I. Like, they just want to hear us. Yeah. And they're going to hear us on the topics that we have. The Grindsboard, hopefully it works. But we're not going to have all the funny, soundboard. I have all the stuff loaded, but it wasn't working. And, but I want to give you guys the show that you deserve for Thanksgiving, because I am thankful for the Grindhouse and thankful for the grinders. And I want to thank everybody who has supported this channel and has continued to support it. And if you still want to, dude, there's the join button. You could join in. Bootleg Joel, Tex-Mex Morty, what's up? How you doing? Jaguar, how you doing? The VIP grinders in the house. And definitely, I want to just be thankful. I want to give you guys the show that you guys deserve. So that's the big thing. Frogz and I here giving our thoughts. This is going to be like old school with a new school approach. And without further ado, Frogz, let's just get to, I wanted to just clear up here. You did get a Series X. Thanks. Shout out to Kid Smooth. I saw that you took a picture of that. Smooth,
yes.
That's pretty awesome. And you've been playing on it now?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So we'll get your impressions in that. That's one of the topics on here. Mm-hmm. But, bootleg Joanna. Yeah. So sorry, guys. You might not hear all the good stuff, but don't worry. We still got, there's always a chance for some filmness. At least that works. He's around. He don't go anywhere. He's the only thing that works. So all my other audio, it don't work. But Phil Ness,
you bet your ass I'm here. Oh yeah.
Oh Ness, no. Jesus.
He's here.
He's here. He's fine. He works. Phil Ness is undefeated. But to get my friggin' Silent Hill sirens going, I gotta jump through hoops. But Phil Ness, he works. But anyway, check out this whole new Grindboard. Title, the Grindsboard intro is not going to have audio, so we're going to skip over that. But we're going to come to the new... but wait. First, I'm talking about being thankful, Frog. Wait a second. I'm thankful for Frogz, but I'm also thankful for the VIP grinders. And here they are. Herman Holtz, he's doing his splits. We have a new VIP grinder. I want to shout out to everybody. Eddie T, David Howe, Noriko, No Cap Podcast, Brian M, Tex-Mex Morty, True Witty, 4-Star General, Dad of War, and the new member to the VIP Grindhouse. Who are you? Here. Who are you? Thank you very much. If you remember, hit that Bootleg Joel's, Turbo Time, Xbox Donuts. We got them all. And Booster. We have a topic for Booster. I got to talk about Booster because there's some Booster stuff going on. And Booster almost got me. Almost got me, Booster. Booster got me. Almost got me. I'm going to tell you the story about how Booster almost got me. But there's a topic about Booster. So when I talk about the Booster, I want the Boosters in the Grindhouse chat. So I want to shout out to all the VIP grinders. No new additions. We have, for the new people here, I just want to let everybody know we got Booster. He's over here. Xbox Fridge. I saw those being sold at Target. I haven't seen any in stock. Phil Ness, he don't go away over there. And the Xbox Donuts need a coffee machine. So you want to be out there? Be out there. You want to be in the VIP Grindhouse when Herman Holt's doing splits on 2 PlayStation 5s? The party's in here. Join the VIP grinders. And we're ready to go. Here comes the brand new Grindsboard. I've been working on this thing. We'll see how it works. Oh, my goodness. And the alerts, I don't know. I don't know if the super chat's working. We'll find out if the grinders want to donate. But here we go. I don't know if this stuff is gonna work. My audio stuff, but we're gonna see this. Here comes the brand new Grindsboard. Let's see if I have it. Oh, here it is. So, ba-boom. Yes. Oh, but wait. This is the new Grindsboard. Grindsboard 2.0. And we have a whole new list of topics. Here are our topics tonight. Boom, boom. We're working on this. And I do have to fix now. Now I do have to adjust the size of the Grindsboard here. Because the chat is taking over this stuff. I'll fix the chat too. See? Still working on it, guys. Bear with the grinder.
No fucking way.
Oh, damn. Frogz is lit. Frogz is lit.
Oh, my God.
Yo, what's up, Tex-Mex Morty? How you doing? Yo, Tex-Mex is giving some inside knowledge here. Tex, you can't tell them all this. He says the VIP room has catering prepared by Jim Gordon Ryan. Oh, my goodness. You gave the secret out. Jim Gordon Ryan. It's not raw. He goes, it's not raw. This is actually the best risotto I've ever had. New Grindsboard. So here we go. So the first topics we got here is the Horizon Forbidden West updates. So they did do some things going on here with Horizon Forbidden West. Did you see those updates that they had?
I actually didn't.
Did not. Shame. I know it's been busy. So I'm gonna let you know. So right now, new details on the open world, right? Every non-combat NPC is part of a reactive crowd system. An attitude system determines their personality, and each tribe has their own behaviors and animations to make them recognizable. This was from the PlayStation blog. And
is this the thing we're talking about, the living world, where they say they had a team that just designed the world? Okay, okay. I read a little bit of it, but I didn't read everything.
There's details in the animations and the behaviors within the settlements. You'll see the Teneth working out, readying themselves for battle. They're often younger because they need to be capable warriors. Their base is an ancient ruin from which they have picked up certain old world gestures that they may not fully understand, like using a military salute to say hello. Ultimately, your goal, these are some quotes from the blog, ultimately your goal is to make sure that the NPCs feel connected to where they live and work closely with the internal teams, such as narrative, quest, and environment. And this is the living world team. Dude, this stuff is crazy. Like, this is where, like, when you hear a game and this is where I alluded to when they were talking about Horizon, saying more and better. Like, when people look at Horizon Zero Dawn, you go, wow, that game looks incredible. How can it look any better? Well, they showed you how it looked better with Horizon Forbidden West and what is seen. But then on top of that, the big, it's just a graphical upgrade, right? No, this is where you look and you see. And one of the things that we've spoken about, and I know, shout out to Jay Barry and I know, and who else were we talking about? I think it was Wooly and Axel and Chris Righteous. That's who it is. Shout out to Chris Righteous. Talking about AI. And where's these improvements to AI that we haven't seen? And the fact that they're adding these things to the environment to make it realistic, to make it unique, to have this interaction. It's very interesting that, that they could add to those things rather than just making it a graphical showpiece and moving on and going, you got a couple of new things and gadgets and go. The fact that there's this living world team, and they also spoke about how this world is also impacted by the dinosaurs or the mechs themselves, how they're going to behave differently. And, and different tribes will use them differently, but also like they have natural behaviors where they'll be digging and dirt will pick up and you could like slide by them. You don't have to just kill them as soon as you see them. And like, this is really, creating an authentic world for this, and it builds into the narrative. And know what it does? It makes you want to explore that world. And that's important because, as akin to what we've been seeing with Halo, it's kind of like a little kind of dry. We'll see what that turns out to be. We'll talk about the single player impressions, but like, when you see a world and it's that living and there's different unique stuff, it makes you want to go off the beaten path and check stuff out and interact. But so you heard about that stuff? What did you think about some of the AI, the settlements and things like that? Because it would suck if they were just NPCs, right? If they just doing the same motion.
I think that's what the future of gaming needs. I think that's something that a lot of people are like, hey, instead of just prettier graphics, we want better AI. So I think that's great. I think that should push other developers to want to do better as far as their game development. I think that's what's needed in the industry. We don't, graphics are going to be good. I think we're at the point where graphics are just, we're like that going like, this looks amazing. I don't think graphics are a problem or even frame rate with this generation of consoles we have. So I do think that the AI is the next big thing, the next big selling point that you can say, hey, this is why you buy this console, because you can't get this to do this anywhere else. This is our big feature. And when a developer has the talent to improve the AI to really make you believe in the world that you're in, I think that's a big deal. I think that's a really big deal.
All right.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'm like, it gets you hyped up, dude. Like, that's the thing. And February, and also too, the other thing that I didn't have on here, speaking about for Horizon Forbidden West, it makes that February a friggin' craziness, right? And they moved up Sifu. Yes. They moved it up to the beginning, the first
February
week
is a crazy month.
Dude, it's awesome. Like, they moved Sifu up rather than keeping it at the end. And I still didn't, I know a lot of people
coming out I want to play.
Yeah, man. Crackdown 3 had amazing AI. Oh damn. But like, it just is so awesome how they keep, and this is what Sony does with their marketing. This is what they do with their games. They keep building layers upon layers of these games. They did it with all their games, like Ratchet, Returnal. Mm-hmm. They even did it back with Days Gone. They basically, build these layers. It makes it seem like this game is ginormous. There's so much to this game. Rather than scaling back, rather than saying we're starting anew, or rather than saying we're going to go back to what works, they're basically adding more, and they keep displaying more and more demonstrations of that. There's so much to this game. It's not just a pretty coat of paint and more powerful on the PlayStation. We actually are adding to the AI. We're adding to the world to make it more interactive. Actually taking criticisms of the first game, because the first game, it was incredible, but like there was some shallow elements. Like I felt like the combat was great, but it could have been so much better. And now with her animations and her capabilities, like I think now combat's going to be incredible. And I do also feel that some of the exploration was it was incredible looking, but not necessarily
right.
There wasn't a lot of stuff going on in the world, with the animals there was, but like not so much with any character. They had that guy that was like you're shopping, like you remember you'll stand there like, hey, you can buy stuff from me, things like that. But they're adding to this game, and keep rolling out little by little. They're building the hype for this game, which already has tons of hype. But secondly, they're making sure that it makes this game seem that there's so much to it, and there's so much more to it, and that's incredible in the way it looks. So I am so hyped for this game. I can't wait. February can't come soon enough because February is going to be incredible. I got tons of games to play though. Like I got my target drop here. I got Far Cry, Guardians. I got all these freaking games I got to play. And all I keep doing is jumping around between first-person shooters, between Battlefield, Call of Duty, and Halo. Like that's all I've been doing for the last month or so. It's been crazy. So like I do have these other games to play, and we'll talk about that. The trifecta, seems to be the hotness coming on here. And now, guys, remember, hit that like button and share this video out. I didn't have the tweet go out with this automatically, so there's some. I'm flying low tonight. Like there's a lot of. So I can appreciate the Grindhouse to share it out, get the grinders in here, and hit that like button because this one's a little off the board, but I'm hoping everything looks great on the screen. It looks good here. I worked on the videos and stuff. I'm gonna do a lot more once I figure out how to get this audio working. It's gonna be awesome because I have so many ideas planned. I like how it looks now, but I got some more audio stuff and sound clips and all. So we're gonna have a wild time. So hit that subscribe button if you're new too. So another thing, Frog, the love fest of Horizon, we got the Phil Ness.
You caught me, Grinders. You caught me. Oh yeah, I was caught. Destiny is leaving Game Pass. Ooh,
oh damn. Shit!
Time to pay up.
Dude, Phil Ness is coming to collect. Destiny is leaving Game Pass. Remember last year, everybody was ball washing. Oh shit, Destiny, the new DLC's in there. Oh shit. Game Pass is the best. Kissing babies, selling donuts. Yeah, well, time to pay up, bitches. It's time to pay. because Destiny's leaving. Bye-bye, Destiny. We knew that Destiny, the DLC that was coming out early next year, the new one is not going to be in Game Pass. We knew this, but guess what? The stuff that they gave you for free last year, goodbye expansions, toodaloo, ta-ta, leaving Game Pass. Bungie says, Bungie's basically teabagging everybody. They're bungeeing their balls in your face. They're leaving Game Pass and saying, come buy our shit now. You got a taste of the drug. Come now for the real stuff. Right. So this is the subscription, because Game Pass is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. This is it. It is like a box of chocolates. Phil Spencer's goddamn Forrest Gump sitting on the bench with a box of chocolates, telling everybody who sits next to him, would you like a chocolate? Life is like a box of chocolates. Game Pass is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And there's Phil Ness sitting there with his bow tie on, giving you the Game Pass love. But you don't know when those box of chocolates, you're going to get a bad one. You can get one that tastes like almond-ass.
Oh shit.
There he is. I told you. I told you right there.
Oh shit.
Grindhounds. Get him. The Grindhounds got him. See, they knew it. He's sitting outside your door like goddamn Forrest Gump with the box of chocolates.
Oh, stop.
Get him. Get him, Grindhounds. We don't bother that shit here. Don't give him that Phil Ness pass. All games rotate in and out. Yep, they do. But Destiny, that Bungie called you. Stupid is as stupid does. But hey, Bungie played the system. They got your appetite wet, and now they're pulling out. Just when the new DLC is about to go, dude. Like, this is the stuff. Now maybe you could buy it. I'm sure you can. Yeah, but the thing is that PlayStation Now, though, that's not the bread and butter of PlayStation. Like, they're not putting they're not putting their big games in there. But Game Pass is Xbox. Like, that's it. So they live and breathe this stuff. And that's going to get into my point later on when we talk about boosters. All right? How it is like, I'll tell you about it. Because Game Pass is it. If you own an Xbox, you've got to get Game Pass. Because if there's any other option, the other options are not they're not in your favor. We'll talk about it. But Bungie playing the system gave you and know what sucks, though? There's a lot of confusion speaking about this Destiny leaving Game Pass. Is that people don't know how their DLC is going to work. Because their base game is free, but then their expansions weren't. Hey, what's up, D Almighty? How you doing, man? So everybody's kind of going on well, wait a second. If I got this expansion, this. So we'll see what's going on, but Bungie's pulling a fast one, and it was nice last year when they used it for Game Pass, but time's up, time to pay. Frog, did you have anything did you get that through Game Pass? Did you play it through Game Pass? Because you play a lot of Destiny, right?
No, I own Destiny on Xbox. I don't do Game Pass anything. If there's a game I like, I'm going to buy it. Game Pass is really not for me, and I said it before. I had it for that 2 years and for free. And the reason it's not for me is because I buy and play a large variety of the bigger games, which are not in Game Pass. The games that are in Game Pass typically I find aren't the big titles. So they don't have the Call of Duties. They don't have the Horizon Zero Dawns and the God of War games, and the Xbox exclusives haven't been there that I would play. A Forza game every once in a while is okay, it's a Forza game. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
So I think Forza is a good racing series, but Game Pass really doesn't work for me because I really buy a good variety of games a year, and I play the biggest, Tales of Rise. That game is not in Game Pass. That's a pretty big game. Look at the games that are nominated, and I know we'll talk about that. Look at the games that are nominated, and were the majority of those games weren't in Game Pass. They weren't Game Pass type of games. Some of them were in there, but a lot of them weren't. So I don't think it really works for me as a person who consistently plays a variety of games. The games I want are not going to be in Game Pass, and I don't feel that subscribing to a service like that for me works, just because I know the big games that I want to play, and I'll buy them, I'll own them, I'll play them, and once I beat them, I move on. You know, I think that Game Pass is good for some people, but just not for me. Not for me.
But anyway, you know, I know that you're in a situation. We'll talk about your situation about that whole thing, and it is pretty much, man. But the other thing, actually, you know, I had this on here. Did you see that Cerny PS5 breakdown?
Yes, I did.
Pretty good. Tell me about it, because I had it on. Yeah, I had to watch the video. All I did was I saw Goth talking about PlayStation 5, man. Dude, with his new hairdo, like when he had his now he has like the blonde.
Yeah, he has like blonde.
Dude,
yeah, it looks weird. It looks weird.
The Almighty says, "Want to hear Xbox joke? Oh shit, I gave it away."
Oh my gosh,
dude! But I'm saying, like, now that he has this, like these frosted tips that he's going on with.
Yeah, it's
dude,
weird.
He looks like Goth, dude. He looks like he looks like friggin' he looks like Dana Carvey. I swear, like it's just like Dana Carvey talks about PlayStation.
You know what? Yeah, he does.
Yes, that's Dana Carvey. Not worthy. You're not worthy.
The time that we sat here and we developed this PlayStation, the controller was the most important. I'm like, dude, what?
Yes, that's right.
I think that dude has kids and everything. He's married.
Dude, well, I don't know. He has frosted tips now, but yeah. So what do you talk about the PS5? What do you talk about it?
You know, he basically broke down what developers wanted. And what they really could realistically for a price put in the system. And developers wanted certain things, and he said, well, we can go above and beyond over here. And developers want this. And basically what developers wanted is a machine that was going to be able to, if they wanted to, run their games at 60 frames, 4K. And the 4K wasn't the most important part of it. It was the 60 frames. They wanted to be able to run 60 frames and have the ability, you know, if they wanted to run their games in a higher resolution. But he ultimately said, and I think a lot of people this went over their head, it goes to development talent. If you're a talented developer, you're going to be able to get a game to run at maybe a 4K or a dynamic 4K 60 frames locked with HDR and some ray tracing.
Yeah,
you know. But I think it's your development talent. But a lot of developers, he said, were on the same accord. Like he said, they consistently went to developers, and he said, what he made me believe, this listen to how he broke everything down, is I don't think we'll get a mid-gen console refresh because there will be no reason, because people are still trying to learn, in a sense, their own talent, not the system, but their own talent to develop for PlayStation 5. Some of the key important parts of the memory channels, how things were used in the system. And I think that the video was really good. It was something that him sitting down and you listening to him and hearing his history, because he gives a little bit of background himself. He very much, I think if Mark Cerny had helped develop that PlayStation 3 instead of, who was it, Ken Kutaragi?
Yeah.
I think that 360 wouldn't have had a chance. But these are all what ifs, right? Mm-hmm. But looking at the PS4 and how he developed, looking into the PS5, this guy knows what he's doing. He really does know what he's doing. And I think ultimately what he said, you know, to sum everything up, is we built the system. You just gotta have the talent to develop for it. You know, we gave you what you wanted, and some of what you wanted, we gave you more. So you just have to have the talent. And so at the end of the day, the system is nothing without software. And I think he's kind of summed that up. Like, the system is nothing without software, which I know we're going to get to some other things, but because I didn't see it on the Grindsboard, and I know I wanted to have a quick conversation about Elden Ring. We didn't talk about it, but I want to have a quick conversation whenever we can get to it.
You know, sure, we can talk about it now. Like, because the main thing, though, like, but what you're saying exactly what he said is, like, it's about they've made this system to play games on it. That's its purpose. Like, it is not a media console. It is not a stream box. It is not. No, it is to make games first. And
Yes.
there's no alternative uses for the PlayStation. Like that's where we say a lot with the Xbox. They're using it to power cloud and things like that. Like that's their future because they're talking about it. Like, yeah, there's PlayStation now, but I don't think Sony is like looking at like, you know, ready to kind of scrap that. Like Microsoft would love to jump 10 years from now. They just don't want to, like, and that's the thing. Like, we're sitting here waiting for their patience to move there. That Xbox, and this is something that's going to go into one of the other topics I talk about, but like, that box is built, its shape and everything. It's built to be a blade to power server to power cloud. That's their future. That's where they see their market going. That's where they see their company going, into cloud. So, like, the Xbox was built and shaped like that for those purposes, where, you know, some of the things that are in there maybe promote more of streaming capabilities, where the PlayStation, they've built that thing to optimize that SSD and to optimize gaming on that system. Even the UI, which I'm sure you see that Xbox UI has not changed. There's a reason for that. Because it just goes across generations. That's what it is. That PlayStation 5 UI is to give you a different experience. There's different features. There's different things. You could talk about instant resume all you want on Xbox, but it's a party. It works, but come on, you need some more stuff. Like, you know, like the PlayStation 5. We use that share play thing, that streaming thing. The fact that you could share it to a party. The fact that you could have a whole bunch of people watch your stream without going on YouTube, without going on Twitch, and check out a game and control it. They enhanced what the PlayStation 4 started with those features. That UI, the ability to do the activity cards. Those activity cards come in huge because you don't know where to start in a game. Sometimes you have the game and it drops down and says, hey, do you want to do this mission? You want to do this? There's some timing for it. The UI is that activity cards breaks down that game that you hit the X button. It takes you to that instance in the game to do that mission. It puts you in the game with that mission as a target. You know how that's going to work in Horizon, dude? Like, when there's all these missions and you just hit, like, hey, I want to do this activity. I want to do this activity. It works. The second thing, and I use this a lot in Kana, is the help feature. Like, if you just get stuck, you click on the button, you click on the thing, and it shows you a video of somebody actually doing it. So you kind of know where to go. And you could choose how much you want to see. Like, if I just want to know what path I want to go down, I just watch the video until to know what path I need to go down so I don't get spoiled. But you could control that because it's a live video that pops on the side of your screen as you're playing. And it's really cool because it would, where typically you would drop the phone, you will pick up the phone, search on YouTube and all this other stuff to try to find out where to go. You don't need to do that. You just do this little hint on the side and it's built into the game. It's built into the UI. The capturing, the streaming to YouTube directly. The enhanced version of shit. What is it? The editing, the video editing thing that they have. What is it? Share Factory. The ability, they keep
Share
adding more
Factory,
updates to that thing, adding more content. They got music. It's crazy.
Let me tell you something. I have a buddy. Shout out to my buddy who diehard Greg. Greg, if you're listening, give you a shout out. He's a diehard Xbox guy, but he didn't get an Xbox Series S or X at launch because he didn't really feel like there was nothing. He didn't feel like there was a reason to really upgrade. He has an Xbox One X, but he did get a PS5.
Yeah.
So I talked to him. It was probably last night, and we were just talking. I said, "Yeah, I got a Series X," and he said, "Yeah, now that Halo, it's coming." He said, "I think if I can get one, I'll get one." But we always talk about the things we don't like and on either side. And I said, my biggest thing is the UI on the Xbox. I think it's atrocious.
They just add 4K to it, right?
Yeah, but it's really atrocious. I think the UI is set up on it, and he feels the same way about PlayStation 5 UI,
really,
not PS4, because he felt like he had to relearn it. Whereas, and I said, the Xbox UI is Xbox One UI. It's the same UI. It's nothing new except for to me, it's the same UI. I've always thought the Xbox One UI was trash. It's very slow. Even and it goes back to my impressions of the Series X, and I guess I can do those real quick now. I think the system, for what it is, it's faster. It loads a lot faster. Coming from an Xbox One X, loads faster, right?
Mm-hmm.
The console as far as the way it looks. I mean,
Yeah,
like
it's
sitting
big.
there
It's big.
when people come, like my niece came in my gaming room. She saw my PS5. When she saw it, she didn't know what it was, and she was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's the Xbox." And she looks like a garbage can. That's the first thing. She looks like a garbage can. And I've had my sons. They know what it is, but like seeing it in person, they were like, "Oh, that's the new Xbox." Okay, like it just looks like if you didn't tell me that was an Xbox, I wouldn't know what it was.
But what do you think? That's why I wanted to ask you,
Whereas
because you just turned on your Series
I
X
guess
after having a 1X. So what did you think?
having
Like,
one.
what's your
Okay,
initial
here's
impressions? I didn't put it in here, but I want to ask
my
you.
initial impressions are very similar to the problems I had with the Xbox One. I still think it's slow. A lot of people would say, well, what I mean by slow is downloading games, it still takes forever.
Yeah, that did.
I have a really high speed internet. Like my internet is high, so I still think the UI is cumbersome.
It's the Xbox.
I think it's faster.
It's the Xbox and it's the Windows 10 store. I'm telling you, because the Windows 10 store took forever to download stuff, where Steam was downloaded so much faster. It's their back end, whatever the hell it is.
Basically, and this is what I feel, and I've only had a week, but from what I'm playing, to me, what it basically seems like is an Xbox One with more power, but it still seems like the UI is struggling to do things. Like on PlayStation, I can, and I have to compare UI.
Go ahead.
To UI.
I did, yeah.
I'm on Xbox. You ever been on a computer and you like double click to log into Google, and for some reason it takes a while and it's spinning and spinning. Then Google pops up, and you're like, okay, that's what I feel like is Xbox is like. It's very similar to that, like that it feels like a computer. It feels like a computer. It feels like it's trying to do so many. Look, I'm gonna tell you what I think Microsoft's biggest problem with Xbox is, and this is why I hope that PlayStation do some of the same things. I think the system tries to do so many things, it bottlenecks itself. Like it's like we want to do we want to be able to play a game and stop the game and quick resume and go back to the game. Why do you need that fucking feature?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
I know.
Like I don't.
You used it, right? You used the quick resume.
I don't use it.
You got one game?
I tried it to see. I tried it to see what it was like, and I was like, "That's it. Like that's stupid." But that's just me. It does not.
No, it is. Like it doesn't work.
I don't see the point of it.
But Frog, if you play Call of Duty, if you play Call of Duty and you were in that instant resume, every time you would boot up Call of Duty, it would say you've been idle and it'll kick you off the server, and you have to start from the start screen
server,
every single time you play online. Think about every time you play Call of Duty, you have to do that.
Yeah, and it feels like to me, people think that people will bash Xbox just to bash Xbox. These are the same problems that the Xbox One had, and I feel like it just went. This is the same system as an Xbox One with some faster components in it. That's what I really feel. It doesn't feel like a brand new generation of Xbox. It feels like a more powerful Xbox One X, really. Now, I will say I played Call of Duty on the Series X, and I'm going back to the PS5, and it does look a little bit cleaner on the Series X. But
the new one, the Vanguard?
Yeah, Vanguard. It looks a little bit cleaner on the Series X, but it looks cleaner. But I felt like, even though it looked cleaner, it didn't run as smooth. It felt like it didn't run as smooth. But what I will say is, having the SSD is a big game changer for it. But here's the other thing. Man, I didn't like going and playing 360 games on this thing. I just realized how bad those games look, and I don't want to play them.
Exactly.
Like I think back,
it's nice in theory.
I think backward compatible is great.
Yeah,
but I don't want to play those Xbox OG and freaking. I would rather those games be remastered or remade because they don't look good. And I think it's cool that they did this big. Hey. And here's my thing. I think it's great that they focus on backward compatibility for 360 and OG Xbox, but realistically, I'm never gonna go back and play Battlefield Bad Company 2. Like I have no drive and ambition to play some of these games. Even that boost mode, and I finally figured out how to do it. Me and I think Smooth was telling me. The boost mode, where
booster
on PS5 you can put if the game can do it, it'll do it. Right? On PS5. You don't have to go into a setting and turn it on. Each and every game
because you gotta change it because Yeah, it drops the resolution.
Right. And
On
so
most of the
I
games.
think there's so many things, right? I think there's so many things that this system gets right, but for everything I think it gets right, it gets two things wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that like for instance, the controller is a big deal, right? For me. Your controller is the main
Dude, that
thing you
control
touch.
makes a
When
lot
I
of noise. It is
Oh my
flappy
God, this thing is
nipples.
loud.
That those
I'm
analog sticks
playing
go
it.
click 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 click. It is a
I'm
clicky
playing.
controller.
Look, I'm playing right, and I'm playing Halo, but I'm in a party chat with my homeboys on PS5 because they're asking me about it because they don't have an Xbox, and they're like, "What the fuck is that clicking noise?" And one of my friends, he plays fighting games all the time, so you know
Yeah.
how fighting pads they make clicky, but so they're like, "Yo, Steve, man, what the fuck? What are you playing? Mortal Kombat?" He's like, "That's not me." I'm like, "Wait, can y'all hear this?" And they're like, "Yeah, what is that?" I'm like, "Dude, that's the Xbox controller." Like, that's loud. And I didn't realize how loud it was. And I was like, look, I mean, every button on it,
Yeah.
it's really loud.
Yeah, I did it when I did my videos. You
Um,
guys check them out.
what
Like
I
I did them
will
back
say
in
is
November when they
it's
launched.
it's
Yeah,
it's loud.
it sounds
And
cheap.
what I will say is here's the thing I will say. Um I kept doing. These are things, and like I said, I primarily play on PlayStation. So for me, as a guy who primarily plays on PlayStation, going over to Xbox, it's a completely different experience. I kept looking for a touchpad. I kept looking for. I like. It's very.
What about the
I
rumble,
kept
Frog?
saying, "How the
Frog, the
fuck do I
rumble.
stream?" Oh no, it's non-existent.
Yeah,
Let
right?
me tell you. Once you play with a dual sense, the Xbox controller is basically an Xbox One
It feels
controller
like
with a little bit
antiquated.
of
It
grip.
does. I know.
It
When I go
feels like
back to it,
it doesn't feel like the same.
it's
Let me tell
missing
you
something.
something. Anybody who has an Xbox One X for this generation and a PS5, I don't see how you can say this controller is the best. This is the DualSense is probably the best controller I've ever played with. I would say 360 best controller is there. 360 is the best controller hands down that Xbox has ever made. The Xbox One controller, people are praising because of directional pad,
It is a
but
better directional
it's
pad.
a
Ryan
clicky
just
ass
said it.
directional
Yeah,
pad.
it is a good directional pad. But everything else is click.
This controller, except for I'm gonna tell you what they did.
Frog, you want to
The
grind your gears?
Xbox
Frog, hit
button in
that
the middle,
share
they
button.
flattened.
Frog, you want to grind your
The
gears?
directional pad.
Hit that share button. See what happens.
No, I already did it. I already did it, and
You
it
see.
takes the snaps. Yeah, it's. Let me tell you something. There are quality of life features that PlayStation have that I think Microsoft should have looked at and said, we need this in our next system. You don't have an easy way to stream your games. You got to open a Twitch app. Go on. It's really.
Well, they just
it's
integrated
cumbersome.
Twitch now, supposedly into the dashboard. Before you had to do the app.
Yeah, but the thing is, you still got to have the app on your system,
Oh, you
logged in
do?
all your stuff. Yeah, you still got because I did, and then I freaking streamed the other day, and you had to have the app on there. There's a lot of things. Look, there's a lot of things I can say, but like I said, I feel like Microsoft, for every one thing they get right, there's two things they get wrong, and I think that this system is a product of we didn't want to be underpowered. Number one.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be underpowered, so we came out as close to or as powerful as Sony systems. So they got that right. We didn't also want to come out and be this freaking ugly VCR box. So we did something completely different, which I can say this is a completely different form factor. It's interesting. To say the least, I would never lay this console down. It's very ugly laying down.
It looks like someone knocked it over. Yeah.
It doesn't look right laying down. Batteries, I don't know why we're still using batteries. Why doesn't this controller have a charging pack in it? Mm-hmm. Microsoft has all these freaking Duracell. Why doesn't Duracell just make charging packs you can put in there in a closed system? Because a lot of people are like, oh, batteries have been a thing in the past. I don't get it.
Like my remote controls are the last things that use batteries in my kids' toys.
There's some things in here in this console that now I'm sitting here playing. I think it's a very capable console. I think for anybody in that ecosystem, if you're in an Xbox ecosystem, you should be happy because you went from Xbox One to Series X, and basically you just got a more powerful Xbox One. They could have called this thing Xbox One Series X. That's what they could have called it. Instead of calling it Xbox Series X, they should just call it Xbox One Series X because that's what it basically feels like. And I'm not shitting on the console, right? What I'm trying to say is, for all intents and purposes, what this Xbox is for the people in the Xbox ecosystem, it's a great console. But there are a lot of things that when I go to the competition, I'm like, how you stream, they got it right. How you screen capture and you got your own share factor, they got it right. Like nobody has anything like Sony share factor.
No, no
Microsoft
way,
has
dude.
nothing
That thing
close to
is
that.
huge. That thing's incredible.
The way that Sony's console streams to the internet, Microsoft has nothing like that.
No,
You
they still
know,
can't stream
there's
to
a lot of
YouTube. They cannot stream to
yeah,
YouTube.
there are a lot of things that the PlayStation and a lot of aspects gets right that something that Xbox just does not have, and I don't think they ever will have because I don't think it's important to them. As far as the software is concerned and the quality of the games I've played, I did what you did. I said, you let me see how many of my games are Series X and X,
Enhanced, right? Do that
compatible,
filter.
enhanced, and there weren't that many.
300
there
games,
weren't that many.
30 of them.
And then, I would say as far as Xbox One games, they do look and play better. I will say that. But, I look at the list of Xbox One games that, we have from last generation that were worth even owning. And I'm like, damn, they're not that many that I really care about.
Frog, I'm going to tell you like a way, like how I felt when I went through it. And like you see your collection. It reminds me of going through like, when I was young, I lived in a condo, right?
Somebody said Xbox One Super X.
or Xbox One X Plus or something like that.
Yeah, I think the name is horrible.
But what it's interesting is like it's going through like your old neighborhood. And like you just moved out, you got this big, beautiful house now. And, the apartments and stuff, it had its charm. And you're driving through the old neighborhood and it's not the same anymore. And you're going through and you're like, oh, I remember that house. Oh, I remember that. But you're not going to park the car and go into those houses and say, I want to live here now. You're just driving through your old neighborhood going, yeah, you look how small everything. Like, I remember when that was awesome.
Reminiscing.
Yeah, you're going through there like, oh, I remember that playground right there. Dude, that was the hot shit back then. Everybody used to hang out at that playground. Then you just keep driving by. You're like, but you're not stopping to go, dude, I want to play on this playground again, You just drive by the neighborhood, you wave, go, those were the good old days. But then you still go back to your mansion on the hill, on the house, with Gordon Ramsay cooking you goddamn filet mignons. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Herman Holtz going, time to play the games, And you're in your fancy house now, getting fed, wined, and dined, and going, yo, I upgraded, dude. Like, that neighborhood was good. It did what it had to do. So that's why when you open up that thing, that the idea of having all those games, the idea of your old neighborhood is nice.
It's a good idea.
It's a nice idea, but is that something that you're going to be like, yo, no. I got to come back. I've got to live here now. Or it's nice to have, but it's
there's
not.
Certain games I'm going to play over. Like, I started playing Fallout 4 on my Xbox because on Series X because it runs at 60 frames, and my PS5 version never got that update.
Yeah,
so guess what?
But on that aspect, they have done definitely.
I'm happy.
Yeah, they have done better things with the backwards compatibility, and that's nice. But again, it's maybe it's nice for people that haven't played those games, but us coming up with those games, it's hard to go back and say I'm gonna play this game now from start to finish, or if you never finished it again. Because you're right, those games don't look, even though they're enhanced and they're better, they need they need a Demon Souls. They need what is that other game? They need the like the remake to them, or like we're gonna get with KOTOR and stuff. They need that kind of thing. Like you just because I remember I went through this phase already, and maybe that's why for me it's not a big deal because I went through this phase. And when I had a PC, basically I was like, oh, look at all these games, man, Max Payne 3 and all these old games, and I got to play them at like the highest fidelity on the PC, and I'm like, it was more of the idea of owning them.
And don't get me wrong, like I downloaded Gears 5 because I was like, let me see how big of a difference Gears 5 on this Xbox Series X is from my Xbox One, and it is a difference, right? You can see they really cleaned some stuff up, but basically, as I'm playing it, I'm like, it's not such a drastic difference. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If the best way to explain this is if you play Gears 5 on an Xbox One X, Then you jump to the Xbox Series X. The difference is very small. Versus like a game like playing like Ghost of Tsushima on a PS4 Pro, and then putting in your PS5 and it does the PS5 patch. It's a big difference. It is a big difference. You can tell that frame rate is different. But and I'm going to tell you this. I kind of think one thing that I wish that Microsoft, because I think they got this wrong. I think the Series S, the Xbox One X, should have replaced the Series S. As far as hold on. I think they should have. I think they should have took that what's in the Xbox Series S. I think they should have it should have been a 6 teraflop system. Yeah. I honestly think they should have been a 299 6 teraflop, because I think at that point you can make the case to say, hey, this is enough to do a 1440p 60 and everything. That freaking S cannot do 1440p 60 on most things all the time. Well, it struggles.
I wanted that. So I'm going to jump to topic number 7. Then we'll go back and do the Halo and stuff, because the thing about Booster and Boosters everywhere, right?
Oh my God.
So I was going around Black Friday, dude. I've been picking up some stuff on my computer and things like that.
Dude, I can find Booster.
Wait, Booster is everywhere. This Xbox Series S is overstocked at like Target. I got photos. I took photos. It was inside the PlayStation, the Xbox, the Xbox cabinet, the friggin' Nintendo cabinet. It was all over the place. It was Booster takeover, and
I expect Microsoft to hit an NPD with Booster.
Wait, that's where I'm going with this. So the Booster was everywhere. Then I saw people and people are buying it, and this is the thing where I'm saying, like,
yes, they are.
The thing is that it's the only available console, basically. Like the Switch OLED and the Switches are sold out. Like, you can't find the friggin' Switch. Maybe get a Switch Lite. PlayStation is almost dire, man. There is nothing there. And this is my thing about MPDs. No. And Mark, and hear me out here. If Xbox, there are two things that I'm wondering here with the Xbox Series S, right? And both of them are really maybe not as great. And we're jumping to 7 here, guys, and then we're going to come back and talk Halo and Game of the Year. But I wanted to talk about this because I experienced this today and this week with Black Friday sales. So these are the two things, Frog. I'm going to propose these two to you because I don't know what it is. Either one, the Xbox Series S is not in demand enough that there's such an overstock of this. Or number 2 is that Microsoft is pushing the Series S over the Series X. Meanwhile, because this is what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking it may be the latter, because why would, like, they both are using similar architecture, right? How can you produce the Series S but not the Series X? It's just a more powerful S. Why? Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't be equivalently both out there at the same time. If you're going to send 100 units of a Series S, you send 100 units of a Series X. But it looks like they're sending... Wait, I'm saying it looks like they're sending like 1,000 units of the Series S and maybe 100 Series X's, that get sold out instantly. And they're really flooding the market with the Series S because it is everywhere.
Yeah, I actually think that I have predicted that if the Series S, I said this when Halo came out, I said the Series S can stay in stock this holiday. That will be the stocking stuffer console you get, because people will walk in the store, say they want a PS5,
it's the only console
can't get
available,
and they'll say, "Oh shit, there's a $299 Xbox and it's the new one," not realizing that it's not as powerful as a PS5. They're just going to hear it's the next generation. And
it's the only one, Frog. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the One X, the One S, no Xbox Ones are I haven't seen them in a year.
You're not gonna get
the only console in stock is the Series S. That is it. No PlayStation 5, no Nintendo Switches, neither version.
No.
Only Booster. Boosters everywhere. There's no other console. Sorry.
I honestly think that I honestly think you're right. I think that they want the S to be their dominant console. They really don't. I'm not going to say they don't care about the Xbox Series X, but I hate these fucking names. Microsoft is bad at
I
these
know.
names.
Just
These
say
names
the
are
S and the
horrible.
X. We know we're not talking about
S and
Xbox
X.
One.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like Xbox One is dead. They want the X and the S, especially the S, to be their main bread and butter at $299. That's why they priced it like that. They want that. Like I said, if PlayStation 5s were in stock and that you wouldn't find that PlayStation 5s would obviously be the best selling. It's still the best selling console. But what I'm saying is like Microsoft came out with a $299 console because they want people to go into the next what they call the next generation at the lowest price. They don't care about that
There you
premium
go.
box.
Frog, you're on the
They
same
really don't.
wavelength that I was thinking when I
They
was there
they
looking at
want
Booster.
people to go in there and that I think they're producing way more S's than X's. They want people to go in there and they want people to get that S. They want people who are like on a budget. They see because $299 for the next generation sounds really good. Some people are stupid enough to not really understand that the power of that console is not even close to a PS5. They just think $299, I got something that's close in comparison to a PS5. I can play all the next because when
Frog,
it says X and S compatible, it makes
hear me again, Frog. It's the only console. Data Wall, what's up, man? Boosters in the chat. Yes, thank you, Boosters, VIP grinders.
Dude, it makes
Frog,
you feel good.
Let me tell you,
buy a game and it says X and S compatible
Frog,
on it.
it's the only console in stock across all three of them. There's no even PlayStation 4s sitting on shelves that people are gonna buy. It's not a traditional year. Like there's no PS4s.
You want to hear something?
There's
funny?
no Switches. There's the only Switch I saw was the one that has the Mario Kart bundle. That's like the one that's a virtual reality Mario Kart. Like this,
I can honestly tell you,
it's the only console in stock.
I've been in Target and seen S's. I've been in Walmart and Six. I've been in the GameStop probably in the last month.
You could get it.
S's in there, but they don't have PS5 and X's and even Switches. They have like some of the Switch Lights, but they don't have the old. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. I think Microsoft that they're trying to pad their freaking this holiday, especially this holiday, but they're trying to pad their, everything with that S. And I'm like, is that really good?
That's the gameplay, man. That's the game
I think
they're playing. I think they're pushing it.
I think that people are going to sit back and, because what they're putting words in their head: 4K compatible, UHD, and download only. And we're in a dominated game market where people download their games, so people don't care about that. But I also think that it will hurt like companies like GameStop, because then GameStop like, damn, we got to carry this freaking digital console. We don't get to sell anything. But how do we get to sell? Well, hey, you're gonna have to start selling them Xbox Game Pass. And whenever I go to GameStop, they don't try to push Game Pass. They're trying to push you to buy those freaking cards, the Xbox cards. They don't really want you to buy Game Pass, because if you get Game Pass, it's not good for their bottom line. So,
hear this, right? You hear this?
No, go ahead.
It's not good for their bottom. What's up, Sick? Yeah, Sick Human says, "I'll sold Xbox doesn't care if you buy their console." Yes, exactly.
No, they don't.
Yo, the Almighty Spawn with the $4.99 Xbox Series X. Welcome to Dollar Tree Gaming. How may I complete your order? We have Phil Spencer onesies, body wash, and shoes on sale. No games, sorry.
Oh, shit.
The Almighty, he's going right where I'm thinking with this. Thank you so much, The Almighty. So hear this, ready? So my thing is that they are doing the cell phone model. Oh, look, my audio works. So it does work. Okay, good. All right, it does work. All right. So this is the thing. I think that they're doing exactly what you were saying, where they're pushing the S as a low entry to get you in the door, so that can get you into their ecosystem, but also get you subbed to Game Pass. Now, this is the thing. I was looking at Booster. Booster was staring at me right at the street. I looked at Booster right in the eye, and I was like, Booster, nobody wants your Booster, but maybe I should buy your Booster, because every Turbo Man needs a booster. So I got my PS5 Turbo Man, but he needs a booster. He needs a sidekick. Maybe I get you, Booster. Let me look at you. I looked at Booster right in the eye. He looked at me. His pink fur was flowing in the wind, and I'm looking at Booster, and I'm like, I don't know, Booster. Let me think about this. If I buy you your $300, wait a second. If I hear this Booster, I'll look at you, your $300. Okay, let me see. Well, wait, I got Game Pass, but wait, I have Game Pass for PC. Oh, shit. So that doesn't work. Game Pass on Booster doesn't work. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, wait a second. They got that deal, 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for $24.99. Oh, I could pick up a card and then take that with Booster. Booster's accessory, maybe his jetpack. I get Booster and his accessory, his Game Pass. That seems good. But then I scratch my head and go, well, what happens after 3 months? What happens to Booster? He loses all his fur. His jetpack breaks. Well, what happens in 3 months then? Now Phil got me. I can't return Booster. I can't return you. I got 3 months of Game Pass. What do I have to do now? Now here comes the other part. Here comes the other part, right? So now you're looking at this thing and go, wait a second. I'm just going to sign. I just want to play my games because I have Gears 4. I have Halo 5. I just want to play them online. But wait a second. You got to pay for Xbox Live. I'm like, oh, shit. Wait a second. So it's $60 a year to play Xbox Live. Okay, wait a second. But you're going to pay $60 for Xbox Live, but then all their games are coming in Game Pass. You mean I'm going to have to buy, Halo Infinite? I'm going to have to, that $60 game to buy that, and then I'm going to have to buy Forza. I'm going to have to buy these games. So now you think like, well, wait, I'll just get Game Pass, and those games come with it, plus I get Xbox Live. But now I'm in that $15 a month hole. Secondly, all the games that I own, all the games that I've had, the 500 games that I have in my library for Xbox, I can't play them online without Xbox Live. So I'm in this dilemma. Right. Do I pay $60? Then on top of that, I have a PC that has a 3060 in it. This is the thing that really gets me. It's like I could do everything online for free. Talk to my friends, cross chat, invite them, check my friends list out. Everything on the PC I could do for free that you have to pay $60 for on the Xbox. Games with gold sucks. Like, it's not even worth it. Maybe if they had some better games like what Plus has, maybe you could justify the $60 with games with gold, but games with gold is just garbage. So really, the only smart thing to do is invest in Game Pass with that console. Secondly, it's a digital console. So all those great sales, and this is the problem that I heard when I was online. Actually, I heard this online. The person bought the console in front of me. They picked it up, and they're like, so I could get those games that are on sale. They're like, no, this is a digital console. That game is a physical. That doesn't play this. So all those physical deals you're seeing, like Far Cry 6 for $40, $30, like $25 for goddamn.
You can't do it.
All those sales, you can't do them for Black Friday sales. So you're buying this console, hoping that the digital store has those similar sales.
But you know, Jez,
it's so crazy.
That's the mind frame of Microsoft and its S is don't worry about those games for now. Yeah. Don't worry about those games for now. Just get our S and subscribe to Game Pass. Maybe they will come, maybe they won't. But you're taking that risk if you subscribe to Game Pass. And you're in Game Pass, you got some hundreds of games. And look, it may or may not come. But they want people just to sit there and have that I will wait for this game to go to Game Pass mentality.
Well, that's a whole other thing, yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say that have that same mentality, like I'll wait for it to come to Game Pass. And I think that and I'm gonna be honest, if you're waiting for games to come to Game Pass, what are you really playing that's good? That's in Game Pass. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's the other thing, Frog. You see Game Pass. Look at those games. Like, what are
these Xbox guys really playing if they only Game Pass games and they very rare these Xbox fans that say Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, what are you really playing in Game Pass outside of what's good? I'm just like, you guys waited a whole year for this beta, this Halo beta, which we'll talk about. Yep. You guys waited a whole year for Forza Horizon. Before that, what were you guys playing? You can't tell me the games that we're talking about that are nominated, the majority of them weren't in Game Pass. They weren't Game Pass type games. Okay, we got Psychonaut. Great, but that was a multi-plat. We got some games that they weren't Game Pass games. So I'm like, what were you guys really waiting for? And why are you guys this Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass all the time? When it was Tales of Arise is an amazing game. That wasn't a Game Pass.
I have that here. I got to play that. Yeah.
Like, there's so many games I can name that
are not in it. So, but they're not in Game Pass. So, like this. But Frog, do you see the dilemma though? Do you see the dilemma? It's like you really are up Schitt's Creek. Like if you buy an Xbox Schitt's Creek S, like you buy an Xbox Series Schitt's Creek, dude, you are up Schitt's Creek. You
Yeah,
know?
you
Yo,
are.
what's up, Ultra Mega? How you doing? Shout out to you, man.
Jazz, you're in a damned if you do, damned if you
You
don't.
are in a
kind of
dilemma. You
situation.
are up Phil
Yes.
Spencer's shit creek because basically you have the digital box. You're sitting there with this, and you're entrapped. Like you are like, well, I'm suckered into the digital store. First off, you have a 512 gigabytes, so you already got to get expansions.
Oh, I forgot to say something about that. I meant to mention something else. I meant to mention, and man, I know Phil Spencer probably doesn't listen to this podcast. He
Phil
doesn't.
Spencer's not listening to this.
Here's one thing I will say
Oh,
that I
yes,
really
I
think
do.
Microsoft.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh,
I'm
hey,
listening right now.
okay. Well,
Oh,
Microsoft did a bad job at this. The whole when you released that Halo Special Edition console,
Ooh, yeah.
you did a really piss poor job at people getting it, and you really let bots and scalpers get their hands on it. And I think that was
Phil Ness Creek.
it was one of the. It's something you look at when you saying this your 20th anniversary. You got your Halo game coming out. Why did you let scalpers and people freaking?
Dude, it's been a disaster. Scalpers and shit have been a mess.
You got
But-
so many people who don't even want this console to
Dude,
play this.
they're selling it for so much friggin' money. Like, but
Yeah,
but
and
again, Frog, like, how many
I
are
hate
they
it.
making? I know that was a limited edition, but like these Series X's, I
I think
told you,
it's the
I
way
went
they-
into these
I
stores.
think it's the way
They're
you
building
do it.
houses out of Series S's. They are ready for Black Friday, dude. They are
Yes.
ready to, and people are buying them. Like, and I said, I was
Don't get me
looking
wrong,
booster.
I'm pretty sure.
right in the eye.
Stores are gonna have PS5s. Don't believe they will have PS5s this holiday.
But I'm telling you,
I
the
think,
but Frog,
I just
about what
think
you were
that-
saying about MPD, I just wanted to say what you said about MPD, right?
Oh man, yeah.
If
No, go ahead.
this is the thing, like, I just want to finish what you were saying about MPD. Xbox has to win. They should win NPD in November. They have, if they, and this will tell,
Sure.
if they don't win. Oh, I'll get to you. Thank you, Ghost Nolans. I'll get to your chat when I finish this thought. So, if Xbox does not win NPD in November, then
that was surprising.
and the PlayStation outpaces them, because I think the Switch may be coming first. But if that's second, third, if Xbox is still third with all those Series S's in stock, that is going to be the answer to our question. Microsoft, there is no demand for the Series S because people know it's booster. Thank you. Who are you? Right on cue. It's the boost that the demand. Now we know whether is it there is a lot in the stores because people just don't want it and they're sending out, all the other ones are selling out and boosters just sitting there, and it really is a real life booster. We're living a real life Turbo Man booster scenario, or are they basically making more of these to sell? And that's the case, then basically they should win or beat PlayStation NPD. But I can't believe if
They should.
PlayStation beats out Xbox for NPDs, God help you if those things come in stock, because I can't believe that they're shipping enough. They're selling out before they even make these goddamn things. These are like the friggin' Furbies. Like, I don't even know. Like, if PlayStation outpaces Xbox for the holiday, for the NPD,
that to me is I can't
Dude.
see it outpacing it.
I can't. I was going to get Ghost of New Orleans. Ghost of New Orleans at $5. He says, Xbox guys saying PS5 is dry for the holiday, but tell me, what will Xbox have after December? PS5 comes out the gate with Horizon, GT7, and God of War. Amen. Dude,
Ooh,
I'm telling you.
next year is going to be
They
crazy.
need- Dude, and I'm saying right now, they need to hold their tone because they're talking about December and November, man. Get ready, because in January, end of February, it is going to be, they're going to go back into going like, I'm just having fun with Halo. Leave me alone. But they forget about
Is
all the
anybody
shit
talking
they're
about
spewing
Spiderman
now.
anymore?
Because I think
once
it's a
the Halo-
short. I think it's a short
once
frog.
the
I
Halo
think
bit-
it's a short-lived. Like, they're just waiting for that slow clap, and this is the slow clap.
Yes.
And I think everybody's
This is
jumping
it.
the gun, thinking like Xbox is back. It's back to, dude. You need to chill the fuck out, because Xbox has a lot more to do. It's not Forza and Halo. We made fun of Forza, Gears, and Halo being the same thing for all these years, and now it's Forza and Halo again. Yes, we know that these are the reliable franchises for them, but are they doing anything super new? Do they do these things that are they changing the game like God of War did for the God of War franchise? No, they're just reiterations of the quality game that you're playing. And actually in Halo, it's a scaled back version. So you need to calm the hell down, because in another month or so, you're going to be going back with your face down, ass up, and people are going to be shoving Horizon gameplay in your face, GT Horizon in your face, God of War gameplay in your face, probably previews of Spider-Man 2, a sneak peek of Wolverine and his slash-ass shit, and then we got Forspoken, you got Final Fantasy 16. After Halo, it is a goddamn desert. All right, what are you going to do? Halo Season 3, we added the co-op in June? In June? People are talking about Halo, it's only a week old. It's already losing 20,000 people a day just for the multiplayer. What is it going to look like in June? Tell me, June. Having fun with friends during the Thanksgiving holiday. Friendsgiving. What is it going to look like in June? So what do you, you need to chill out. This is a good time. Xbox is doing a good job. They got good games. This is what we've been asking for, so enjoy it. But this is not the time for your slow clap to say Xbox is back, PlayStation sucks. You need to chill the fuck out. Because you're going to get all this smoke coming back at you when these games come out, and you know that. And don't go begging when everybody plays, we all win, and showing you the Phil Spencer goddamn signature. Dude, time's off. You threw the first punch. So you need to chill out. That's why I'm sitting there looking at this stuff. I'm like, oh man, you guys, and also all you guys looking at all those friggin' numbers. Oh, Halo hit high numbers and this and that. You better be ready in January when people start pulling the numbers up going, Halo's at 30,000. What happened? So you better chill out. Like everybody jumping. Halo had 200,000 people on day one. Chill out. Just enjoy the games and share it out.
Enjoy
this is not Xbox killing Sony. You need to chill out. But anyway, get Frog.
I honestly don't see how, if S's, and I said this before, if those S's are on the shelf, I don't see how Microsoft cannot
NPD,
keep.
right?
I don't see how they can't win NPD. I just don't see how they don't. That's the part where I'm looking like, yo, if you guys can't pull this off, there's something wrong with you guys. Yes, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something wrong with you guys. There's not something wrong with anybody else but you guys.
It really is a real life booster. Everybody's going in there asking for the PlayStation 5, and then it's like the consolary, like the consolary prize is the goddamn Series X. Like I said, the Series S is the only thing in stock right now. Like that is it. Like that is the only. You walk into a store saying I want to, and gaming is a big gift that everybody wants, right? All the kids want a game, a system, for Christmas. The only system in stock is Booster. You know what I mean? And I think there might be a lot of returns of Booster because people are going to realize the limitations of it, going like, yo, I can't put my discs in here. What happens if you have a kid that has a Series X or a One X or a one or an Xbox One and has a whole bunch of games? He gets a Booster for Christmas. Booster can't play those games, dude. So what are you doing? Nope. All those discs that you have, you can't play. The people buying these games, they don't know. They just see $300 new game console. Buy it.
Yep, that's what it is. Yep.
Shout out to Grindsboard with the $2. He goes, Forza Horizon players, more on Xbox or PC? I think there are more people playing on Xbox than on PC for Forza. I think there's a lot of racing games right now. And that's the thing. Exactly. Just because, and Six says, just because it's available doesn't mean people want it. You have to quit assuming people are just stupid. And that's the thing. Like, if it's available, it doesn't mean people, people want it. Like, I don't know. That's my question. My question is that, and we'll find out, I guess, when NPDs will get a sneak peek of this. But my whole point is that if they don't win NPD, if it doesn't outsell with all this overstock or this stock of the Series X, then PlayStation, it is scary how fast that PlayStation 5 is selling that if it outpaces that, because it is seriously, they're selling those things before they make them, because these things are like lights out. I can't believe where Sony's dropping this stuff. But it's gonna be interesting because I see a lot of Series S's being purchased because it is the only console that's available right now this week in Black Friday. And Microsoft always does the holidays hard. They want to make sure that Halo was out there with that Series S and, with Black Friday. Like, that's what they do. But I just feel that if they, I was like, they got to win NPD this month because everybody's going to be buying this because it's the only console in town. But if it doesn't, we'll be back in the Grindhouse and talk about it, because then we know it's nobody wants your booster. And I'm going to have a thumbnail with booster the size of the friggin' 1080p screen and saying nobody wants you, booster, if they don't win NPD in November. So be prepared, Grinders. Hit that sub button if you want to see that show, because that's the show that's going to happen. Nobody wants you, booster, if they do not win NPD, because booster is everywhere.
He's everywhere. You can get booster.
You can get booster everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
I saw somebody say, "Oh, you had to go into Target. You had to buy." No, you had to buy Game Pass to get it. No,
dude, it was in every friggin' console.
I've seen them
sitting
everywhere. I've seen them in GameStop. I've seen them in Walmart. Like where I'm at in Tampa, maybe we're just lucky, but I've seen it's no problem getting an Xbox One S. And as a matter of fact, here's the thing: I've had some of my friends that they play on PlayStation, but when Halo came out, they went and got a Series S just to play Halo. And I was like, why'd you go get that $299? They're like, man, I got nothing else to play it. I'm like, don't you have a PC? They're like, no, I don't play on PC. I'm on console. They're like, shoot, it's $299. That's cheap. So their mentality is like, I'm not full into Xbox, but I have an S just for these games, these onesies and twosies. So,
but I don't know, maybe. But it does put you in a dilemma. I told you. I looked at that booster straight in the face, and I was like, "You're just so tempted. You're right there, $300." But I'm telling you, it is like Frog. It is like what the hell is it?
It's easier to spend $299 than it is to spend $499.
Did you ever see? And this is we'll get onto the Halo stuff. But did you ever? The Grinders are going crazy in the freaking chat, yo. Shout out to the Grinders, man. It's hilarious. It's a freaking running. It's hilarious. The boosters. Dude, they want to know. So, like, I think it's going to be the end of December. Probably be a holiday special. Mm-hmm. We'll find out, if it should. That's the thing. Xbox should win NPDs. Not win number one, but at least beat out PlayStation. The Switch might still do it, but
beat out PlayStation.
Even the Switch, even the Switch is not in stock. It's just boosters. It's
not, man.
I swear, when I walked into Best Buy and Target, and I was in all of them today, and over the weekend, dude, like, I felt like it was a real live, like, I'm like, the PS5s, they're all gone. They're all gone. And he's like, where? And then he's like, where's the PS5? Where's Turbo Man? And they're like, ha 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 ha, Turbo Man, it's sold out for this. We got plenty of Turbo Man's feeble kaput booster. I don't want booster. Mm-hmm. And they're like showing me a Series S. Like, we got a new console here, the Series S. I'm like, no, I don't want booster. I want Turbo Man. Where is it? They've been sold out for years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like a real live goddamn.
Well, here's the other thing
jingle all the way.
I think when you say more than Forza, I think when people are saying they're talking about Halo and Halo's back and Halo's this, and people see that and they're like, oh crap, the new Halo's out. It's free to play. I can go buy a console for $299. I would have an expectation that people who really don't like, they just see the new game. They're like, $299 is an easy way to jump in there, because like, I can get this, and it's free, and it's a Halo game. So why wouldn't I? And then if I want to, I can subscribe to Game Pass, and I can get the story mode. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I see this being good for them. I'm like, I do.
It's a small move on their part. Like, I'm not saying that Microsoft is dumb. They're playing you like a fiddle, though. But like, you ever see the movie? And I forget, it was called The Box or something like that. It was with it was like this salesman comes to your house. He gives you this box and goes, "You can, if you open this, you can make any wish you want." But like, the person has to die or something when you give it to them. Like, you got give it. And I feel like, and again, this is a video game, so please, everybody, chill the hell out. But I feel like that it's sort of like this like they're getting you in the door with this low cost system, and they're gonna come to collect, And I feel that. I understand that they're all out there to make money, and I know that they're not there making this console, and they're not making a library of games that like show you the power, the capabilities of the machine. That has passed. It's more like, we're gonna sell you this device to get you on our services, and it's the cell phone model. It's what all those sleazy cell phone companies did to us, where they go, "Hey, you get this phone for free, but I got your ass for 2 years, bitch, paying $50 a month on my service. But you want the brand new phone? I'll give it to you. Here you go. My bill's coming next month. I got you. Sign this contract right here. I got you for 2 years. Thanks."
It's a bait and switch.
And it's like they're enticing. Like, hey, here's this $300 con. Here you go. And you take it, and you're just like, oh, wow. And then Phil's like, there, well, I'm here to collect. You want to play some games? Well, you need Game Pass. You want to have some games? If you want to buy your games, go ahead. Well, you need Xbox Live. That's $60. And I might jack it up next year. You never know. I tried this year, but I got finessed. They came after me. I might do it next year. So, like, it's this kind of cell phone model where it's not about the games that you're playing. Like Sony will say, here's Horizon, this game on a pedestal. And Microsoft is not about that. It's about how many games. Like, hey, imagine buying this, and for a low price, you have access to all these games. Woo! And there's like all these games, like it's infomercial. Like all this stuff. You could play a racing game. You're not in the mood, you can play an indie game. You want to play some shooters? We got them for you. Like it's basically Cheech and Chong outside a titty twister. We got all these types of pussy. Like, you know what I mean? This is what it is. You got all these games. If you don't want it, we don't have it. Like, if we don't have it, you don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically this whole thing of that. It's the quantity of games. It's not like this blockbuster game that I got to get because I got to play it on here. And it's all about the services. And it's more of like a low entry, I'm coming to collect later. And it's just, to me, it's just it's a sleazy thing for gaming. Like, I value the services. I think PS Plus, like, if those games that they leaked, if it's Miles Morales and then those games that they're going to add for PS Plus has been kicking out with a PS5 game and 2 PlayStation 4 games. You know, we got Final Fantasy Upgrade through it. Like, they're basically doing a great job with PS Plus. They're making that service have value. PS Now, they've been adding their games to PS Now and adding some crazy games to it. They're not streaming anymore. Microsoft's bringing streaming now. The shit that people slagged, like I said, PS Now sucks because it was streaming. PS Now has now been putting out games for the last 2 years that don't stream, that you don't need to stream them. You could download them natively for the last 2 years. But PS Now sucks because of streaming. But xCloud on Xbox is a game changer. Please, don't even start. But to me, it's just a real sleazy kind of way where it's like they're turning the console into just like the cell phone. Like, hey, buy this thing for cheap. Oh, hey, and I see the Xbox All Access. $24 a month, no money down. Crazy Eddie. Oh, crazy sales. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, it's like, it's nice maybe to the people that don't know any better, but like for us that have been gaming for so long, like I see right through it. I'm just like, yeah, like, nah, man. Like, I don't know. So, but anyway, boosters are everywhere. NPDs, we will see. But I can tell you right now, Series S, don't be surprised if Xbox wins NPD. Maybe not first, but it's be out the PlayStation. Because those Series S's are everywhere. And if it doesn't, then we know that nobody wants you, booster. So, let's talk about Halo. Because I've been playing a lot of it. Frog been playing a lot of it. A lot of people in the grind has been playing it. Frog, you've been playing Halo. We've had some good streaming. We played with Merc. We played Kid Smooth. Let me tell you, I'm going to give my impression right now. The gameplay of Halo multiplayer for a free-to-play game is lit. For a free-to-play game, the gameplay that it offers is the traditional Halo. Yes, it's scaled back. Yes, it has the stuff, but that's on my other end. But for the gameplay itself and what Halo is, they have captured it because there's been never issues with the Halo multiplayer. But for what it is, for a free-to-play game, it is definitely a great playing game.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
And it's great.
I'm having so much fun.
For the gameplay.
But and I'm having fun with the friends I'm playing with. We're having a good time. And that's kind of where I think it kind of stops for me, where I still think that, and hear me out before people start trying to scout me. Halo, as far as what it's worth, is very much a skill-based game where you actually have it's a battle. You're a Spartan. You're trying to fight. So, because Sick Humor, shout out to Sick Humor, he asked me what was really different about Halo and COD and Battlefield, and I couldn't really give him an answer because I said not really. But then I had to really think about it, and as I started playing, I was like, the biggest difference is you're a Spartan, and your time to kill is different in Halo than like a COD. And a COD is very pick up and play friendly. And I do have some problems with COD, but playing COD, I get this satisfaction of a lot of things that I can't get from Halo. And that's because of the meta in Halo. And that's the part that's broken. And I don't think they're going to change it. So I
Yep.
think that's the part that can either hurt or help it. For a person like me, I don't mind playing Halo, but when I can't level up my character and I can't get new things for my weapons and everything is into a battle pass or system that you want me to spend real money on, or I can earn it by doing some ridiculous crap that I only get 50 points here, 100 points there, that's when it becomes a problem with Halo. Whereas COD, you can get in there, I can pick it up, I can go in there and freaking beast, and come out and be like, yeah, I did this, and my character leveled up, my weapon leveled up, this leveled up. So there's a sense of feeling of this, like, oh man, I felt so good. Whereas Halo, what makes me feel good is when we win a match and the whole team is doing their job, which I could say that's another problem I have with Halo. I don't like playing with randoms. It seems like a lot of randoms I play the game like it's a Fortnite or a Call of Duty game. A lot of people I played with, I can tell, have never played Halo, and it's frustrating. You're running around, and I'm like, why are we all running together? Like, you can run around, but don't say, and then when you get hit with a rock and all of you die, and you're like, are you shitting me? Like, stupid stuff like that happens, or like the new Fiesta mode I'm playing today, and I got a problem with that mode because it's just nothing but power
What
weapons.
is the free? The Fiesta mode does it spawns different.
It's power
things,
weapons.
Right?
It's like it's
but
weapons
you randomly get them, right?
Right, and so it's like gun game. But I mean, there's some greats about Halo, and there's some things that I'm like, yo, they don't fix this.
You could pick Fiesta mode, or I didn't play it today.
You can pick it. You can pick it.
You can
it's
pick
right
it. So
there.
they added a new game mode. They had Fiesta mode, big team battle, and regular fighting.
And so, like I said, there's great things about Halo, but then when you look at what the competition is doing, you're like, Halo, I can't just play. What if I just want to play Slayer? I can't do that. What if I just want to play Domination or whatever they call it? I can't do that. You can't pick your game modes. They're like, screw it, you get what you get. So if they give you a challenge that says get X amount of headshots and Slayer, and you don't get Slayer the whole playlist, you're screwed. You see, so that's a problem.
Yeah.
So the progression system is definitely the problem in Halo. I think that's the biggest problem I'm having with Halo right now. Is the progression system. Outside of that, I'm having fun.
Yeah, like the progression system, and I've gone through it so many times on my stream before about it. But the progression system definitely is made to make you pay or use consumables to level up, because they try to fix it by adding that 50. I said when everybody plays, we all win XP, but basically after that, you really get XP just for doing your challenges, your weeklies, and your dailies, and then apparently your weeklies are done, and then you get a challenge with that. But you get an achievement, I think, if you finish your weeklies. But they just started the event today, and their numbers did jump up a little bit. But when people saw this armor, these Sentinel armors, like, look at this stuff. This is $20 for Sean Mage armor set, Sentinel's blades, a hip thing, basically a crotch belt, $15, $10 for a wrap on a gun, and then here's your booster and swamp pack. Like, if you look, this is what you're getting. You're getting like this logo and this for $15. You're getting a belt, a samurai belt. For the gun, you're getting color armor, and you get a little shuriken to put on your goddamn thing, and a little muzzle on the front for $10. This is the event. And then here's for $7, you get shoulder pads. Like,
yeah, I'm a big
shoulder pads for $7.
I'm a big first person shooter competitive
they
fan.
piecemeal the whole bundle. You don't want the belt?
I think
you can pay
$10.
You buy the shoulder pads at $7. Like, this is the armor that people want. But again, this is the cool armor.
But Jez, this is what they're gonna say. They're gonna come back and say, we made it free to play. That's why we can charge you for this.
Thing,
so that's
that's why I didn't want Halo free to play, because this is the problem. People make, well, it's just cosmetics. What's the issue with the Battle Pass stuff and the multiplayer? Like I said, the multiplayer is good. I'm gonna have some issues. I will talk about it, but I like the multiplayer. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun with friends. Everybody's back on it. It reminds me of the old Halo days when everybody kind of stopped what they're doing and everybody jumped into Halo. But I didn't ask for a free to play Halo. I
Yeah, and
wanted the
there's some
Halo
problems with the
Halo 5
multiplayer. Don't get me
Evolved. I
wrong.
wanted Halo 5 Evolved. But the problem
Right.
is this is what say, well, Fortnite does this. Well, Apex Legends does this. But you want to know what? Fortnite
It's
and
not
Apex
Halo.
Legends didn't have 5 games or 6 games before it where you got this stuff for just playing the game.
Right.
Remember Gears 5? You like that curb stomper? Here's $5. You could buy it now. Remember
Nah,
all
I
these
don't like that,
characters? Now
no.
they're $15, but guess what? You had all access to them in Gears 4. But Gears 5, they put them behind all this paywall shit. These characters, these things, you've had these before. This samurai armor, the flaming skull that they're charging $20 for, that flaming armor in the battle pass, you got
Oh yeah,
that.
you
Like,
gotta buy that.
you had that. That was an ODST. Like, those were in the previous
Yeah.
Halo games. You
But
played.
you had to earn it in a specific
Yes.
way. Like, yeah, so
Or
a
you
lot of stuff
collected
in Halo
skulls
was
in the single player to get
right.
the armor in the multiplayer.
And that encouraged people to actually play the game differently so they can say, look, I did this hard thing in the game to get this. So I do think, and there's some broken maps. Like, the side of the map has the power weapons, vehicles, and launch pad. The other side has nothing. I hate that map when it comes in rotation because I'm like, 9 times out of 10, if I don't start on the side of the map with the power weapons vehicles, I'm going to get destroyed because my teammates don't know how to play. The other thing is, I kind of feel like where this game, I can get into a game and I'm playing ranked. I think some of the ranked players shouldn't be playing ranked. They should be playing in just a regular old lobby because they're not. Oh my gosh, what's the word I want to use? I want to say they're not good. Like they don't understand the concept of Halo and how you play it. And everybody knows you take down the shield and then you go for the headshot. Everybody that plays Halo
Yes.
knows this. These guys don't get it. Like,
well, one of the problems I have is that there doesn't seem to be any location damage with the shield. So, like, this is one of the problems I have with the multiplayer is that when you're shooting at the head with the shield, their shield should drop a lot faster than.
Yes, I was about to say
it doesn't.
That. Yes,
There's no location damage when they have the shield. It's only when their shield is down. So, like, you just basically could aim any part of their body. You could shoot their foot. That's the same time to reduce their shield as if you're shooting them in the head. I feel like if I aim the battle rifle at their head, their shield don't drop any faster than what it is. But like, there's a lot of things right now in the game that, my problem is, and this has been my problem, I said, as a free-to-play game, Halo, and I think that's where a lot of the PC and this big, this big take on PC, I'll come back to this, but like this big kind of leap in PC free-to-play stuff is going because it's a great free-to-play game. Like, it is a competent shooter. Halo's been a competent shooter. Whether you like it or not, there was no problems with the multiplayer. The issues were with the single player campaign, which, they showed some of that. But, and again, the criticisms for the Halo campaign really didn't warrant a reset. We really just needed a restructure and just kind of like a focus and character development. Really not, let's take away everything and give you bootleg Joel in the Grindhouse, please. But like, that's not, and scale it all back and make it this open world. I'm like, no, like if you're gonna make it open world, you make it big and epic battles and stuff like that. AK Battlefield, like that, like a battle, like let's do big battles. Let's go. You got the power. This is the next Halo. Make it bigger and better. But people are like, no, this is what I want, the scale back approach and all this, and we'll add later. Well, they're adding later, and they're adding it at a cost. Either the cost is waiting for what comes around that you think that you're begging for comes to fruition, or paying for the armor that you want or for the things that you want to do. Like, it just seems like there's a cost either way, whether it's the waiting cost or the cost to this game to try to make it the game that you want it to be. And that's the problem that Forza, Fortnite and other games didn't have. They didn't try to sell you Fortnite 4 and you had all those skins already. Now Fortnite 5, hey, remember that skin from Season 4? Yeah, well, now you're going to pay for it. That's the issue and it just seems that Microsoft is in this, has an identity crisis. And I think it goes beyond the game itself and more of than into the console. Like, they want to be a service, but they still want to sell you hardware. They want to be they want you to play this free-to-play game, but they're going to try to sell you all this other stuff. Like, but the previous games weren't free-to-play games. The previous games were fully featured, had everything day one. And I see some of the criticism with the Halo multiplayer. You can't vote on maps. Thank you. Who are you with the bootleg Joel? You can't vote on maps. You can't stay with you're not in the same fire team with your teammates. It splits you up with randoms. We had that problem. Like 2 of us were on a team, Frog, and then somebody else, kids moves on another team. Like you created party games. Halo 2 introduced a party system. Keep your party together. Why is Halo Infinite breaking that? You done this. Map voting. I could vote on maps. I could vote on game modes. I could vote on this. It's dire. You just play the multiplayer bit. You want big team battle, you want little team battle. That's it. I don't want to play Slayer. I don't want to play strategic games. I want to play because people don't know how to play. But then it doesn't matter because you don't get any special. Frog, you caught to the flag 3 times. You got 500 XP for just playing the game. It didn't matter if you caught the flag 3 times or you killed 20 people. I see people showing their stats of, I killed 50 and 1. My next question is, how much XP did you get for that?
Exactly.
Show me you killed.
Like, problem.
You got all these medallions. What did you do? Where's your reward for that?
I think that's the problem when you look at also when you look at what Halo, like this Halo is doing, like for instance, there's only 7 maps. COD came up with 20 maps right out the gate.
Yep.
And so when you're talking about content versus content, COD is beating Halo in content. Hands down, it beats it in content. COD is beating Halo on the level. So COD beats Halo across the board in a lot of ways. I will honestly say this. A lot of my friends that play COD won't play Halo because they think it's too hard. They want that instant gratification. Halo is not a game that gives you instant gratification. Halo is a game you go in there with your 3 other buddies. You work to actually play the game, fight, your teams, and you talk. COD is really.
Oh yeah, you get some kill streaks. You just lay it out, fire on the map. Yeah,
with ease. So I think that yes, there's very similar games, but I think the other problem is you're like, hey, free to play, it does a lot of things right, but some of the things that need to get right is like you kind of say, well, you gave me 7 maps, but you don't want me to complain because it's free to play. You didn't give me a great progression system, but I can't complain because it's free to play. So
yeah, and that's it. Call of Duty's a $70 game. That's your difference right there.
Look, all the problems we're having, it's kind of like if I say anything about them, you don't want me to complain because it's a free to play game.
Exactly.
And it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, yo, you gave me this game, and now I got it, and I'm sitting there looking like, hey, this ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, and that exactly. Go for it, Frog. Yeah.
But you're telling me, oh, well, it's free to play. We're gonna fix it. And that's the problem I think I have with this game is if anything's wrong with it and anything's broken, I feel like even me speaking up, I think what you should speak up. I personally think they're gonna say, well, look, it's a free to play game. We're gonna fix it as it is. And I think that's wrong.
And that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
That's basically what's happening.
And know what else, Frog? And like that's the thing. Like and you keep saying as a free to play game, like Call of Duty is a $70 game. Battlefield, it has 7 maps. And it has all portal, and it has it has this whole progression system where you unlock characters. I showed you, right? It had all these different it has basically all the other battle games built into it with all the classes. And Call of Duty has all the leveling up. You level up your gun, you level up, you get prestiges for your gun. The leveling up system and the feedback that you get in both of those games of what you're doing. Like if you just want to throw med packs out in Cold and Battlefield, you're getting points and XP for all that stuff. If you want to fly around in a helicopter, you get XP for the helicopter to add different guns to that helicopter. If you want to drive around in your hovercraft for friends and kill everybody, well, as you're doing that, you're getting XP for that hovercraft to add grenade launchers to it, to add things to it, to modify that vehicle. The more you play it, the more XP comes for your actions. It tailors the game to the way you're playing it. Call of Duty the same way. And you use the gun.
Call of Duty has some problems too.
But I'm just saying the progression. You get rewarded for the actions in the game, which makes you want to play the game so that you progress and it makes it go. If you like using the AK-40, if you like using the MG42 and you keep using it, you're getting all these attachments, proficiencies, all this stuff for this. And people could say, well, Halo's a free-to-play game. You know, this stuff will just have to wait. We'll wait for map voting and all this stuff. But my question is this. How can you say that Halo was back when we had all this stuff before? Halo had They had skill-based matchmaking from Halo 2, where what you did, you got XP and you were different ranks. They had Halo 3 had specializations where after you got to level 50, you would specialize in a certain armor, in a certain capability, which would give you a special armor ability because you would level up in Halo 3. Like, they had, hell, Master Chief Collection had this insane XP system for everything that you do, just to say 343 has it. Why is that not in here? It's because to get you to buy the battle passes or to level up with consumables. That is this battle pass. I said this before on my show. This battle pass is built. They're giving you the game for free, but it comes at a cost, and the cost is the progression system. That progression system is made for you to basically pay or just grind. No pun intended, the Grindhouse. But that's the whole point, is to make you feel like molasses leveling up. And right now we're only a week in the game. It's the honeymoon phase, man. Halo's back, free to play multiplayer. Everybody's playing it. Everybody's streaming it, and you can see it right here. I've been showing this. Look, it peaked at 272 8 days ago, right? It's been losing 20,000 every day, and look, it's very. They said that the cycle is because it's only really America, like U.S. that's playing it, because like when U.S. goes to sleep, nobody plays it. Then when U.S. wakes up, people are playing it. U.S. goes to sleep, U.S. wakes up. But look at the peaks of each night. It is about 20,000, about 10 to 50, yeah, about 20,000 a night. Now it went up a little bit tonight, but they still haven't hit the 200,000 since November 20th. They went November 19th. And this is how much it's losing every single day. Like, what is it going to be? It's going to flutter around maybe 100,000, 150,000 and just kind of stay there. Where if you look at Battlefield's sitting at a lower number, but it's staying there, which is interesting. If you look at Battlefield here, Battlefield is sitting at a low number, but now it's dropping now. But look at the stream. Look at the Twitch viewers, though. Interesting. But Battlefield, you know, I don't, and Call of Duty, we don't have one on here, but Battlefield was holding steady numbers, but they're much lower. Like, Halo's having its peaks. And as likewise, like, you know, I think people are really pissed at what they did with Battlefield. I like Battlefield. I think Battlefield is great. Like, I having a great time with it. But I also see that, like, you know, what's the appeal of Halo Infinite? Because Halo Infinite is new. It's fresh. It's something, especially to the PC audience. You know, to the PC audience, look at this. It just, oh, well, look, it just hit over 200 already because of the event. See? So this is what they're going to do. So it shot over to the 200. But, like, this is the thing. You'll have your events, you'll have your peaks, and you'll have your valleys. Like, this is what they want. And I noticed, like, here during the week, like, without the event, that the Twitch viewership was definitely lower. This one had shot up. Oh, that was the event. They had a tournament. That was pretty cool. They had a tournament there. But I'm not saying that, like, Halo is going to, like, fail. I'm just saying the thing is that once the honeymoon's over, the battle pass is going to be what's there. And I hear a lot of people, you know, the grinders are saying too, is that they're pissed with this new event. Like, and having these basically these things, these rewards behind paywalls. And this event is a grind. Like, so I don't know, Frog, how much did you level up today in the event?
I played a couple of times, and it really I'm just gonna tell you, man, people are trash in this game. It's really hard to play this game and have, I'm gonna be honest, like, it's really hard to play this game and
there's not a lot of maps, like, and not a lot of variety. That's the thing that's getting me, because I played about 10 hours already, like 15.
People, you can tell people who are playing this game aren't playing it like they know how to play Halo. They're playing it really bad.
Well, it's free, dude. You're getting a lot of freeloaders in there. Like, people have never played before. They haven't tried this out. That's the whole point. They're whale shopping. Because as much as we're gonna complain about these cosmetics and stuff like that, there's somebody that wants that sword belt for $15 or $10. Like, somebody's gonna buy it, and all you need is a few whales to buy these things, and you make your money. Yeah, you have 200,000 people playing, but man, you have 1,000 people buying jock straps for Master Chief, or shoulder pads. That's it. That's the model. And you know, somebody said it in the chat, you know, why is it all tied to money with Microsoft? Because it's services and stuff like that. The whole point is getting more people to play sounds great on paper, but getting more people to play for them means more opportunities to sell you the services or the battle passes. Like, you know, they realize that, and also look at the areas they're putting it on: phones, PC. The guys and girls that play free to play games, that are used to microtransactions, that are used to get the game for free, and I'm gonna pay for, you know, this Apple Pay pass and this Google Play pass and this season pass. Like, and the, you know, hey, I need 1,000 hearts to continue playing my free to play game. Sure, here's $10 for me to play for another hour. That's where these games are being made to appeal to those markets, the PC gamer, the mobile gamer. That's why xCloud is such a big deal, because they know the whales are over there. The whales are not on the consoles. We're used to paying for $60 for a game. Thank you very much. When's the next $60 game come out? They know that this model is not super successful on the console. Some games like Minecraft, like Fortnite, they transcend that model. And you know, they become just a beast everywhere. But not every game could be a Fortnite and a Minecraft. So what you need to do is you need to make the game appeal to those markets, but those markets are familiar with that model. And that's why, as a console owner looking at this, you're like, oh, geez. Like, I didn't want Halo free to play. As soon as I heard free to play, I was like, oh, shit. Here we go. And honestly, with that player count, and if that drops to June and stuff like that, like, are they really going to add the piecemeal playlists? Like, we'll talk about Gears 4 and Gears 5. Like, in 3 months, they basically forced crossplay because the people on PC couldn't find games. You know, because it dropped off in 5 months. They had to force crossplay. And now they've removed the icons entirely for Gears 5 to not even know if they're PC or console, because right now, that's the world that they live in. They forced crossplay because console guys were turning it off. So, are you going to add a whole bunch of customization?
That's the other thing. That's the other thing I did see. Playing, I think it was yesterday or today. I want to say yesterday. I got a guy in my lobby. He had to be on PC, and I'm pretty sure he was cheating, because this guy was.
I heard about the cheaters too.
Yeah, I kept swearing he was shooting through the wall, and that can be a problem. And that's why I'm not gonna lie. Like, even on Call of Duty, like, a lot of times if I get into a game and there's some PC guys in there, and I just get beat to a pulp. I'm like, you can tell when somebody's cheating. I'll turn crossplay off, and I don't like to do that, because I do like to play. I'm gonna be honest. Now that you can do crossplay with the Xbox, I do like playing like that, because I have a bigger chance of getting into. I kind of wish it would be cross. Yeah, I kind of wish it would be crossplay with consoles only, without PC, because I don't like playing those PC guys a lot, because they cheat, and I know they're cheating, and they'll tell you they're cheating. They don't care. And I'm not saying you can't do it on console, but I honestly think that, like, you got to keep everybody on the same playing field. And like I said, I do think, from what I played of Halo, I like it, but there's a lot that says maybe you guys should have took another 6 months to a year and just said screw it. And I understand why you couldn't. And it's just like when you hear things like, I hear, like, I'm really excited to play the story, right? But then they're like, oh, you can't play with your friend through this big ass open world until May. I'm like, why? Why is this a problem? They extended
it. That's another thing.
Delayed it for
and I said, oh
year.
man,
Why?
and I didn't want to get into, like, I said so, but I told you so. But I went back. Remember that video, guys, when I talked about Joseph Staten, and I went there and he was like, well, we'll target 3 months. You know, they didn't make it so big. It's like, oh, 3 months. And everybody's like, oh, 3 months. I could hold off 3 months. And now they came out and said it's summertime. It's May and June.
It's a problem.
Dude, I told you it was an estimate.
It's a problem because it's Halo. And
yeah.
That's why it's a problem. Is because this is a huge franchise.
Look at Cyberpunk's roadmap.
This is not, you know.
I told you this.
This is not your granny's game. This is Halo we're talking about.
That's the problem, Frog. There's been 6 of them, Frog.
Yeah, that's where I have a problem.
Like, this should be the culmination of Halo, not the reformation of Halo scaled back edition. We'll add stuff later. And the thing that I've been highlighting here in the red is something that they put in here. You know, this update here. The important part. So the problem is that in the Battle Pass, like, you would expect that if you spend $10 for the Battle Pass, that everything from Heroes of Reach Armor should be available to you, like they were in the Master Chief Collection, right? Well, what they're
Wait,
doing is
hold on. Before
Yeah.
you keep going, I got a question. Just a real quick question. I don't mean to cut you off. People keep saying this game costs half a billion to make. Is that true, or is that just
I don't know. That
what
was
people are
said.
speculating?
I don't know. That was rumor
Okay,
going
'cause I don't know.
around.
I don't
It was a
know.
budget.
Yeah, I'm like, is that something we can fact check and say
No,
this is
no, it's not a
definitely?
fact check.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't want to. throw
I
stuff
think
around in the top
it's a
reel.
high budget, but I don't think it might have been engine and all this other stuff, but I don't think Microsoft said it's a $500 million game or something like that.
Okay,
Like,
I just want to
don't
make
think they
sure.
said
I
that.
keep seeing
I
that
don't
get
know.
thrown around.
Oh, it is because it's supposed it's 600 people. They've been like it's a big budget game. Like nonetheless, this is the biggest one they probably have. But if you look here, the problem is that they're piecemealing certain things. Like they say here, instead of some stuff cut out on Battle Pass, they're cutting stuff out of Battle Pass on purpose, like the Commando or the security shoulder pads that are visible on Carter and Emily's kit. You get in the Battle Pass, but the standalone shoulder pad has to be paid separately for $10 to use on your custom Spartan. So what's happening is that you get the character with the thing, but if you want to use those somewhere else, you got to pay for them. Add your favorite helmet of Reach back then when it comes exclusively in a $20 ad. Your favorite helmet of Reach back then, which only comes exclusively in a $20 armor set, you will easily end up paying nearly the price of the full price game to rebuild one armor set that was included 11 years ago in Reach and was included in Reach's Master Chief Collection version. That's the problem. The problem is you had this armor before in the previous Halos. Now they're selling you the jock strap, the shoulder pads, the helmet, the piecemeal. I just went over the logo. I just went over the breakdown of the samurai costume. You know what I mean? You want to buy the whole bundle, buy it. You know what I mean? Like, here you go, $2,000 armor set. But I don't know, like, look at they had the Sento's blades. You can't even use the sword. There's not even you can whip out the sword. It's an aesthetic. And then people say don't buy it. But the problem
there's
is
a lot of things about this game that I'm like, wow.
There's a problem with this because this is the problem is that a lot of these armor sets you had already. Just like Gears 5, you had the curb stomp.
Right.
Oh, you remember that curb stomp? Hey, you remember playing as as the Queen Locust? She was free in the Halo and Gears 4. Well, now she's $15. Like, holy, she was $12. Now you got to pay for her. The problem is that you're trying to turn games that were traditionally full packaged games into a piecemealed free-to-play in their ultimate culminations of this series. Imagine if God of War came out and it was like, God of War, we changed it around, but guess what? You like those blades? Well, if you want to use them in the game, they're $15.
You want those blades of chaos?
The blades of chaos. You remember them, right? You remember them, Frog? They're $15 in the store. You remember those blades? You want to use the blades of chaos? Go around $15. Like, God of War wasn't a piecemeal sales game. Like, you need to, like, if this is what you, and my point is that I think they should have taken Halo and made a mode like Warzone where they could do this, but still remain traditional and give you the Halo that you could choose the maps, that you could play with friends, that you could have the fun that you're having now without being part of this whole like, oh, I wish they add map voting. Oh, I wish they added more maps. I wish there were more than 3 big team battle maps. I wish there were more game modes. Where's Griffball? Where's One Bomb? Where's Strongholds where you have to do the the one with the skulls that bursted that they had in Halo 3, where the skulls you had to collect the skulls and do like Powerball and stuff. Like, where are all these fun game modes? Where's Infection? Where's all this stuff that I had at Halo? Where's all this stuff? And where's my progression system where I could unlock some natural things as well? And then you could take your big team battle. Like, I wish they just took like Warzone and just made that the free-to-play portion and basically made that work with rec packs and shit like that and put that as the free-to-play and not compromise the traditional Halo multiplayer with this, like, and not just the cosmetics, but this horrible leveling up system where you feel like you just, you're playing.
Oh my God, that level up system is so bad.
And like, you're not getting anything for it. It's like, it's just, it is unfortunate because it is a fun playing game, but it is, if you look at it as a free-to-play game, have a blast. Yes, it is definitely, everybody's jumping to it. Everybody's gravitating. It's new. It's new on PC. It's new for a lot of people that didn't have Xboxes. But if you're looking at it for the Halo 6 that it is, or the next game of Halo, as I said before, this is such a scaled back edition. Somebody already did the Halo data mine for 88 store bundles that are leaked. $1,035 to buy everything in these store bundles. Dude, they are monetizing the hell out of this armor and this stuff. This is when I said Phil's coming to collect, he's coming to collect. And shout out to Kid Smooth. Like, this is what he said. You know, here's the things like pre-match lobbies. Let me speak to who I'm going to fight. Map voting, game mode voting, dedicated playlist. They did add Fiesta, so that's good. SWAT. Oh yeah, where's SWAT? I want SWAT, dude. Like, where's that?
Yeah, everybody just wants a SWAT mode, you know, because Kid Smooth was saying, he was like, man, I'm just a SWAT player. Just let me get my SWAT.
I know.
And I think
like, I love SWAT mode. That is a SWAT with battle rifles, man. Especially when you give me a weekly that I got to do 15 kills with a battle rifle, put me in SWAT mode, you know? But the thing is that it really is, it's compromised. And they say that they hear you.
Is it compromised because it's free to play, or is it compromised because
it's compromised because it's free to play?
Okay, okay. I mean, that's what I think. Yeah. I think it's compromised because it's free to play, not because they're just trying something different.
No. They'll make it look like you saw Joseph Staten's response. Like, we hear you. We're adding the 50 multiplayer. Like, we heard you. Like, come on. And then wait, what did he say? He said, let me see. He said,
I think you had said it before. It's a big mistake if you come out and you say, hey,
I told you, where's the we heard you?
We're putting this in there, we're putting that in there, but it's going to come in a later date. That's a bad thing. You can't really do that.
And this event, somebody asked though, this Fracture event is 6 days.
Oh, really, dude? You're not going to get anything in that Fracture event.
It's 6 days
because it takes forever to get anything in that game.
Oh, it's 6 days, so that's why. Yeah, it's a 6-day thing. It started today, and it's 6 days. And what did he say about where is it?
It takes forever to get anything.
Event passes are filled with unique customization items and other rewards. They're free to all players, regardless if you purchase the Season 1 Battle Pass or not. So here it is here. Mm-hmm. So these are it's a 30-tier event, and these are the rewards. You got a COVID mask. You got a left shoulder pad, a right shoulder pad.
Wait, they actually put that in there, a COVID mask? Really?
It looks like a COVID mask. It's a samurai mask. A COVID mask.
Probably is a COVID mask.
He got his jock strap.
Oh, God.
6 days. Go. I got to see what this leveling up is. Know what they want you to do, Frog. Go buy that double XP consumable. You'll get it.
They want you to spend. Yeah. They want you to spend money,
or just pay for the armor that's not in this, because it looks cool as hell.
And like, my thing is, I don't want to spend the money.
It looks.
I don't want to spend that because I think it was a guy was hey, shout out to Sick Humor again, man. Sick Humor be on it. Check out Sick Humor's page. There's a guy that I think he either follows or he knows, and he did a good video on Halo, kind of break down and the whole synopsis of what really some of the issues and some of the things he's had. There's some of the same things we're talking about, and this guy did a really good job on just kind of saying, look, Halo, or look, Microsoft, these are some of the things you got to fix, man, because if you don't, and I also think Jaffe did a good job. He did a good video. And what Jaffe basically said is like, this is a fun game. Everybody's saying the same thing. Fun game, but this game may not last if you don't really pull the people in the audience. You're trying to pull that Fortnite Apex Legend audience in, but you're not giving them enough of an incentive to keep playing with the progression system and the collectibles. You basically want them to buy everything. And guys my age are like, fuck that, I'm not buying anything. If I can't earn it, with Call of Duty, I can earn CP points and get the battle pass. But you have given me no way to do that in Halo. You're like, here's some of the free stuff that's ass, and here's all the other stuff that's good. And you have really no other way to earn this because we're not going to give you Halo points. to, if you play good, because really you progress, and it doesn't matter how good you do, because you can be really good and just we still give you nothing.
Yeah. And this is
So
Brian
I
Gerard
think
right
that's a
here.
problem.
He goes, and this is the problem. He goes, challenge and boost adjustments are now live in Halo Infinite. This is an initial step to help address some key feedback. This is the 50 XP, right? More robust updates are going to take time. We greatly appreciate all the support, and please keep the feedback coming. Welcome to Xbox 20 years. Like this is what every game from Xbox has been. It has been launching lackluster, and then the complaints come in, and it's we heard you. Thank you for the support. It's gonna take time. We heard you. Season 2, Season 3. And this is how it's been since Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, Crackdown without the matchmaking for multiplayer, Gears 5. The only game that doesn't have this stuff is friggin' Forza. It seems to be immune to the bullshit of every other game that Microsoft seems to have a problem with. Every game that comes out is that we hear you, we're working on it, it's going to take time. We have the matchmaking. Joseph Staten, I remember with the Crackdown team, like, we're going to add player matchmake. Like, we haven't added playing with party. It took a month.
I just don't see how long
the
multiplayer can last.
It's just so frustrating. After you wait.
With a poor leveling system, reward system, how long can this last? Because it's fun. Look, it's fun to play. But I want to.
I've seen all the maps and all the game modes. Like, I'm ready to say, like, give me some good stuff. Like I'm ready to move on. Let's go.
Besides new maps and game modes, I need a different XP system for my initial kill. Like, if I jump in a game of Slayer and it's 50, we got to get 50 kills. If I get 25 of those kills and 4 deaths, I don't get rewarded for that unless I do my dailies or my weeklies. I don't get rewarded for that.
It is
pisses
annoying.
Me off. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I do think something is coming, because if I notice when I get certain kills or I do certain things, I see a point system. So I think there's something that's there, but I think that it's just not ready for prime time, which once again says this game was not ready. This game was not
those
ready.
Points mean nothing. Like, it's just for a scoreboard. Like, those points don't yield.
But
XP.
Okay, where is it? Where's the score and leaderboard ranking me with the rest of the people that are playing this game? You see what I'm saying? I can't find one. It's not there. I can do that. That
score is ambiguous. That's what people go like, hey, I'm 25-2, and they got a 3,000 point score. It's like, and what's crazy is that as you're killing people, you see points pop up on the screen, or you kill a bunch of people, you get like points for XP, and you capture a point, and you're like, what are these points doing? These points don't they don't amount to anything.
I hate to keep saying Call of Duty's name, but Call of Duty has made it very easy to go and somewhat simplistic to go in there and say, I can look at what weapon I use the most, my accuracy with that weapon. I can look at what awards I want that weapon.
Yep.
I haven't seen that in Halo, and maybe I'm missing it, and somebody can point me to it and say, hey, go here, because I really haven't seen the same level of depth with each weapon. Like, hey, if you use the battle rifle, this is how good you are with it. And I think Halo could have changed some things up. They could have said, hey, you can add parts and accessories to your battle rifle. You can add different grips and all that stuff. I think, what Jaffe said, and listen to Jaffe's video. Check out Jaffe's video last night. It was really, really interesting what he said, because I agree with him in a lot of ways. Whereas Halo's that in-between space. Like, it's not quite Call of Duty or Battlefield, but it's not quite Fortnite or Apex Legends. It's right in the middle.
Yeah, it doesn't know what it wants to Call of Duty, like, that's the thing.
Yeah, if it goes the Call of Duty route and it makes it more simplistic and easier, it can turn people off. But then if it goes the Fortnite route and just makes everything, it's not play to win. It's basically anything you pay for it is just an aesthetic. And I'm like, it needs to be more than that. When I play, I'm like, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing, because I see people jumping in with armor. I'm like, damn, how did they get that? Come to find out they purchased it. I'm like, I'm not purchasing that shit. Why do I not have the ability to earn it? Well, you know what everybody's gonna say, and they're gonna say, well, because it's a free-to-play game. You don't have the ability to earn it. Even if I had to grind a lot for that armor just to earn it, you should give me that option. But you haven't given me the option, because you said it's free to play.
Yeah,
it's free to play, so don't worry about it. Yeah, weapon proficiency levels would be good too. That's something else I was thinking about.
Yeah.
I see somebody mention that in the chat.
Yeah, proficiency.
I just don't understand it.
Like, you would think that, and you see, like, the things that they would add to the game, you know, maybe add customizations and stuff like that. I mean, like kind of like scopes and stuff like that to the battle rifle, or added proficiency to the battle rifle. But again, they can't really have the other problem. Remember, you know what's incredible, Frog, is that it always seems to come back to the same thing. Remember the complaint with Sea of Thieves? There was no progression. You would go do all these missions. You got no XP. There was no like RPG elements to your pirate.
Same thing.
You didn't improve your aiming, your shooting. Instead, you just got cosmetics for your ship. And the reason why was because little Timmy, who comes in during Christmas and wants to play, nobody has an advantage on little Timmy, because little Timmy, everybody starts with the same battle rifle. Everybody plays.
Yeah.
Your knowledge of the game will affect
Everybody
Timmy.
has the same pickaxe.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you don't discourage people. Like if you get Call of Duty during Christmas and I see you prestige 3 levels and you're shooting at me, I'm like, I'm done with Call of Duty. Screw Santas. Like, you know, I'm done with this game. Like I went in there, people with level 5 prestige calling bombs all over me, and you don't play the game.
The problem with Call of Duty,
Phil doesn't want that. They don't want that with these games, because the little Timmy might be the whale. He might love that customization samurai armor, and if he likes your game, he's gonna pay $20 to buy your armor, because that's the thing. But if little Timmy comes in and Frogz, who prestige 3 levels, has guns and he's glowing red and dropping bombs on little Timmy, Timmy's not gonna stay around. He's leaving. Frog, you chased him away.
The biggest problem I have with Call of Duty is skill based. So, say for instance, I'm really good. It's going to throw me into a game with people that are my same skill base. So, I not have to play just as hard. But if I get teammates who are trash, you know, or my friends aren't as good as me, it makes a disadvantage. So, there's some problems with Call of Duty. I'm not saying Halo is just the epitome of all, bad shooters. There's a lot wrong with Halo.
So, of all three, which one you prefer?
It's the standard. As far as progression goes,
like right now, like if you would say, let's go play a first-person shooter, where are you going?
That's a hard one. It's a toss-up between COD and Halo, because I have a lot of friends on Xbox that are playing Halo that I'm enjoying playing, but I have
not where your friends are. Not the friends. Like, you know, like what game if I just
go off of
just you.
Damn.
Not like, hey, Frog, join the party. We're all playing Halo tonight. Just you. If you said, hey, here's a controller, go play a first-person shooter now for the next 4 hours before you go to bed. Like, or 5 hours, all night. Like, where you going right now, today. Not next month. Not today. Where you going? Where you going, Grinders? Put it in the chat. Where you going? If I give you your controller, you have access to all 3 games. Where you going tonight? Josh Air says Timmy.
Right now? Oh man,
where are you going, Frog?
That's hard.
This is the Grindhouse questions.
I'm gonna be honest. If I had just had to answer right off the cuff and say where am I going right now, my premarital, my hey, you just met this woman kind of feeling is I'm gonna play Halo right off the cuff.
Oh, right.
Like that's that. Hey, you're in that newlywed phase, but I think, you know, a month from now it's probably gonna be COD. You know, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I look at that battle pass and I'm sitting there in COD, I'm a level 89. I look at all the free stuff and I can get CP points. And when I got 1,000 CP points that I've earned through the battle pass and I'm able to unlock all level 100, I'm sitting at level 80. No, I'm sitting at level 90 in the battle pass in COD. I just have to make it to level.
See, you played a lot of. You play like prestige and stuff.
Yeah, I'm a
so like it's kind of. I guess that's kind of skewed right now because you kind of like rip through COD and now.
And so my whole thing is like, once I get to level 98, I've earned my 1,000 CP token, and I can unlock all the battle pass stuff. And then all I have to do. See, the thing is, I can play through the battle pass, and it's hard, man. Like
it's all right. Well, a lot of people in the chat. Jeff B. Gamer says COD. Roadrunner says COD. Ultra Mega says COD. Yeah, Burnt Stovey says none. Who are you? Says Battlefield.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I am leaning more towards COD, but
you said Halo. Your answer is Halo. Just wait says Ghost of Tsushima.
The honeymoon phase is saying Halo.
Hey, okay, well, I'll just read some of the grinders. Just wait says Ghost of Tsushima. The tools are here says COD. Guapzilla says Battlefield until 5 a.m. Twisted Sync says none. Glinza says COD. Unknown says none. Gaming Night says Ghost of the Tsushima Legends mode. Aaron says Call of Duty. Josh says none, playing Ratchet. Sergeant says Little Timmy Simulator. Somewhere over the elbow, Remy elbow, I guess, is Battlefield. Timmy's mom's bed, says Aaron. Dominic Thurbo. Dude, Timmy's wildin'. Dominic Thurbo says Battlefield.
Bed.
Dylan Rabbit says Halo is the only one I played, so I guess he's only playing one game. Naseem says hi, Jez. Hey, what's up, Naseem? I'm Prestige 1, says Jeff. All right.
My wife has yet to play Halo. And
all right.
When she plays Halo for that first time,
Call of Duty Mobile, says Sam. Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
Dude, is that with a controller, Sam? Are you cheating with that? Are you finessing everybody with that controller? So, for me, I'm going to say for me, I would go to, right now, Battlefield. That's where I would go. Because I
haven't played it yet.
Dude,
so
the atmosphere that you get in Battlefield, it is the oh shit moments, and you just looking left and right, and hundreds of people are doing things.
I
need
to play it for myself because I've not
heard. It looks good.
I've heard a lot of people. Even like I said, I got a diehard Battlefield
Thornburg, sorry.
And he just told me not to buy it for the first 6 months. He said,
I'm not waiting on 6 months. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, because I was like, 6 months from now, dude, I won't care about Battlefield. I said, I'll still be playing Call of Duty off and on. He's like, dude, I'm telling you, 6 months is going to be good. He thinks it wasn't ready for launch. He honestly thinks Battlefield wasn't ready for launch.
I didn't have those problems.
But there again, he plays on PC.
Yeah, so I didn't have those problems on the PlayStation with Battlefield. I upped it to get to play the game sooner because I enjoyed my 10-hour trial that I had, and I had the other one pre-ordered, and I wanted the Battle Pass, which I don't buy that stuff. But I feel that they have the heroes, they have the classes that have different abilities, which changes it up. It's not. They don't have it's not like support engineer and shit like that. It basically you have a hook shot, you have a riot shield, you have different capabilities in the game with the different classes. Nonetheless, you also level up your guns. Your guns have all different types of attachments and things like that, and you could change those on the fly as you're playing. That's just the mechanism of the game. But then you add in the Battlefield oh shit moments, and the amount of people on the map, and it is not there's some glitches, maybe if a helicopter twitches in the menu, but you got 128 people, and it's not like a battle royale where there's 100 people on the map, but you're not seeing all 100 of them. You are seeing all 100 of them in planes, helicopters, running in tanks. And dude, we rolled to a base. I did not coordinate it. I didn't tag it. I was one person out of 60, 70 people. And we finished capturing one point, and the whole friggin' group of tons of people and you could see it on my streams, just started going over the hill to the next point with 3 tanks, people flying in the air, and we're all just charging this other area. It is absolutely insane, and it is something that I wished that Halo would do, just this extreme, huge battle, oh shit. Then you got your Call of Duty for the tight, give me a kill streak, that kind of paintball type fighting, and I just feel that Battlefield hits an itch that I am just wanting to scratch. It is just this craziness that is happening all over the place, and it's so much fun because you could do whatever you want. Jump out of a helicopter, use the wingsuit, throw in these crazy grenades, use the gadget, call in a hovercraft. Just do all this crazy stuff. Now, for some people that like the tunnel, kind of paintball type moments, get my kill streak, I want to get my scores up, my kill death ratios, Call of Duty's your thing. But Battlefield. So for me, it's Battlefield 1, Halo 2, and Call of Duty 3. I'm kind of I am liking all the changes to Call of Duty. Halo, it still has that kind of big team battle. It's still fun as hell to play. I am just the thing is, though, is Halo is definitely teetering to the 3rd level because I played so much of it, and I'm so familiar with Halo that I need the next best thing for Halo. And right now what I'm playing is sort of par for the course. This is nice. I wish this. I wish more. I wish this. I wish they had a snow level that had an avalanche. I wish there was more interaction in the stages. When I shoot at people in the arena mode, why am I shooting glass and it's not breaking? And there's add more drama and intensity to the Halo match. Why is everything so stagnant? Like, why is everything just like very just not interactive? Where is where is kind of like the visceral kind of feeling of Halo, like that's just chaos and things blowing up and windows breaking and things. Like, we're at a next generation. This is 5 years since the last one. Like, where is that stuff? Why can't there be some destructibility? Why can't a dude be on a cliff and I could shoot out the bottom rafter and that cliff just breaks? Like, why can't that happen? Why can't you add that to Halo? Like, that's something that's that just adds some interactivity to some of these big team battle maps. Like, where's the next thing for Halo? This is what Halo has been to the core, but where's the next best thing for Halo? And that's where I'm kind of getting burnt out right now, going like, we're kind of like, it's oddball again. Dude, it's Capture the Seeds, Phil Spencer seed game. That's the most boring. That mode, that is just a weird ass mode, the Capture the Seeds. But like, it's just, it doesn't seem to have that kind of hook where I'm like, I'm going to be playing this for the next month or so. This is addicting as hell. Like, I agree that it's fun. It's a core shooter, but Halo multiplayer has always been this. Unless you really dropped off after Halo 2 or 3 or 4. Like, if you dropped off Halo. But, like, this is just basically what Halo has been. I want what's new. And Halo 5 had it. They had that paintball arena mode. They had Warzone with rec packs and modifications to the guns. And even Halo Reach, Frog, had the elites versus the Spartans, where basically you would push the Spartans back almost like a rush mode, and you would push the elites back. And as each level got pushed back, you got bigger and bigger weapon call-ins. It was sort of like the prelude to what Warzone became. But, like, it was this kind of, it would escalate. And, like, by the time you're at the end, you got Banshees and Wraiths fighting each other. And in the beginning, you have no weapon, no vehicles. Then you walk your way up. And you have Rocket Warthogs and Banshees and friggin' Wraiths at the last capture point. Like, it ramped up the fight. And there was strategy in there because you had to hold your points. And the other thing was Halo would map control. The fact that these weapons are on walls and stuff, it's really more of like an arena like you just grab it and just start fighting. Right. Like, there's no map control
for the arena shooter. Halo is a king at what it does. Now I will honestly say, like, right now, if it just, I haven't played Battlefield, but me not playing Battlefield, just going off of what my friends, you're like, you and one other person, like the only one that really talking positive about Battlefield.
I know.
Most of my friends just are like, no, don't get it.
Dude. And I played all the Battlefield.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like,
I don't know.
I don't plan on getting Battlefield until probably next year. Hopefully, it's not dead by then. But right now, I'm enjoying having Kyle on PlayStation and having Xbox be my Halo box.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
good. No,
that's
good.
that's how I'm enjoying it, and that's why I'm like, maybe I don't need to get Battlefield. Just enjoy Kyle on PlayStation for the year, enjoy Halo for the year on my Xbox. Screw Battlefield. I kind of feel like that EA, with all the negative press, may have messed up a lot of things in Battlefield, and it may have turned into a Medal of Honor situation where that series may not be what it can never be again. Hopefully, EA listens to the community and they fix a lot of things, but it just seems like they got up to a rocky and rough start. I do respect 343's Gangster and saying here's Halo now, and the reason they call it a beta is because if anything's messed up in it, they can be like, well, it's a beta. You know what I'm saying? I think when Halo actually launches, I think the most disappointing thing in my heart is going to be that I can't play with my friends through that game because I want to experience that with somebody. So I'm still on the fence of, do I keep it or do I just say wait until because I don't want to wait until May because everybody's going to spoil it by then. And maybe it's a game that it grows like a Destiny. I keep saying that Halo Infinite is going to be just like Destiny, where you're going to buy $29.99 story modes. You're going to be able to play with your friends, and the story is going to keep progressing like that. It's just going to keep progressing just like Destiny. Yeah. That's how I think Halo Infinite is going to be. I may be wrong, but I do think it's going to be like that. And if it's like that, I don't think that's a problem as long as the story and the lore is good. But I think the big key, the problem they could have is next year there's too many big games coming out. I mean,
Yeah.
there are too many big games.
There's a lot.
February is,
But Frog,
oh
like,
my gosh.
the other thing
February,
too is that the people saying that this is a beta, and Jeff B. Gamer brought it up, like, people are like, oh no, this is just a beta still. No, this is the day one maps and everything that's
No,
going to be available. This is it.
everything. They keep saying beta just in case something goes wrong.
Yeah.
But you got to understand
This is it.
What they
Like,
have here, this is it.
this is what's
Yeah,
happening on
we're-
December 8th. Maybe they'll send out a special
you go.
playlist or something, but there's no new modes and games. And they didn't.
No.
They said that this is fully featured right now. That's what they said in their announcement. Now they could have lied and they could add a whole bunch of stuff on December 8th, but they said this is fully featured.
And I think that's part of the problem for some people like me. I'm like, damn, 7 maps. Call of Duty dropped 20 maps day one with a shitload of game modes, with a shitload of weapons, with a shitload of characters.
Dude, they still got the Warzone update, don't they have that?
I mean, and they got what? So I mean, it's hard to really. I'm gonna be honest. As much as people shit on Call of Duty, how do you compete against a game like Call of Duty to $69 when they have so much attached to it that you can do? You feel like the money you spent, you feel like what you're doing in there, like you're earning back toward, like even with the battle pass, like I said, you don't have to buy the battle pass.
Yeah.
You played that whole season through that battle pass, you can earn your CP points, and it's just like Fortnite. You can get your 1,000 CP points, buy your battle pass, play the next season, get your next battle pass. But you see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Once you buy a battle pass in COD, as long as you play and you're invested in that game, you never have to pay for it again. Whereas Halo, you're always going to have to play. You're going to have to pay to basically accessorize your character. And when you play and you get 50 points, 100 points,
they gotta fix that.
It's like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm having fun with my friends, and we're genuinely having fun.
When your friends move on because they're realizing that
there
there's not a lot. Like, you know,
there's no progression,
dude. Like the fun with friends stuff, it's like it goes good until your friends say, you know what, I'm out of here. like you know, I'm moving on to a different game and stuff like that. And you got to think too, like the way it is right now is that, you know, it's a free to play. Everybody has access to it, and I encourage everybody to go play it because it is a good shooter. It's a great shooter. It's Halo. It's fun.
Everybody's in a honeymoon phase.
You know?
That's what it is.
You know, we'll see when it has its legs. But
you
know, right now, I like Battlefield for what the atmosphere that it gives, because it makes you feel like I'm on a next gen machine playing a next gen Battlefield. With this, it looks great. That there's destruction, there's buildings coming down, the tornadoes come in. You're just like, holy crap! Like, it just adds such a dynamic atmosphere to it that, you know, it has this atmosphere. It is. Now, is it missing some stuff? Is it missing things? Like, you know, I'm really surprised too, like you know, that it got such low reviews, because I thought it was creating a really cool
I think the other thing for
but,
me,
you know,
I think the other thing for me that I really think is a biggie that I notice is once I started playing Halo, playing on that controller. And, you know, I was like, damn, what if Microsoft had a controller similar like the DualSense? And I think they need something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's the next generation
Halo
of controllers.
definitely, with that stuff. But, you know, I want to move on to the last two topics.
Wow.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do this. No problem, Frog. This one won't take long.
A little tangent.
No, that's fine, man. No, I agree. That control, like you said it. We talked about it before. The controller feels naked without with the DualSense. You know, the DualSense definitely adds a dynamic. People said it was a gimmick, but you know what? It really does add. Like when you're running in Battlefield and in different grounds, like you feel just a little tap 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 as you're running. You know, it's something that you notice is missing when you're running, and you're like, "Where's that tap 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 again?" You know, I'm not gonna say go buy the friggin' game because of tap tap tap. You know what I mean? Whoa! True Witty has become a VIP grinder. Thank you. Arnold is happy. True Witty, thank you so much. Yeah, 2 months. He re-upped for 2 months. Thank you so much, True Witty. He says, I want to ask a serious question. Has Halo lost its luster and is going stand for 10 years like they want, like it wanted to, like Call of Duty does each year? So he's saying that has Halo lost its luster? That is it going to stand the test of time for 10 years like they want? And like Call of Duty does. Now, the one thing I say of Call of Duty, the way they do is they have different studios doing different takes on Call of Duty. So they keep Call of Duty kind of fresh in the sense is that they have different studios giving their perspectives on it. So Call of Duty does stand a lot of the test of time because of the variety and flexibility that they give their different studios. Activision's a shithole company to begin with, and Kotek needs to get his
Yes.
Kotek ass out of there. Not consider leaving. He needs to get his booty out of there.
Yeah, Bobby Kotick needs to go.
Kotick needs to go. He should have went before. He has to go now. But that's a shit company, and you know, it is a piece of shit. But Call of Duty is a fun game, and they stand the test of time with that. But you make a good point in the saying that does Halo lost its luster, and I feel like what they did was they did lose its luster. The reset button, and figured, hey, if we just give them Halo 1 again, and we add from here, we'll milk this shit for 10 years. See, that's the difference, True Witty, is that this is more of they're going to add the stuff that they've taken out and maybe modify, like assassinations. Call of Duty and Battlefield have assassinations. There wasn't something taken out. They're gonna drip feed this game to you over 10 years. So maybe in the next 3 years, it's maybe has like a lot of stuff that we should have seen on day one. Come to think of it, this game was delayed a year. Where was all that year content that we were supposed to get over this year? I thought we would have all that stuff day one, right? It's amazing this game got delayed a year and there's still stuff not here. Co-op is still coming in June. After they finessed you and told you it was coming 3 months later. Now, we're going to tell you it's coming in June. But I think that it did lose its luster. And I think they saw that with Halo 5. And they figured the only way to kind of do it was to not do a God of War and make Halo bigger and better than what it was and say, now we're back. Instead, to take stuff away that we're familiar with, the armors, the earnings, all this stuff, all the different levels, and just kind of give us, like, even those big team battle maps, they're all the same environment. And to say 10 years, the only way it lasts 10 years is if they drip feed the rest of the game to you. And from the tweets, from what they're saying, like, it takes time. It all takes time. After you waited 6 years, after you waited an additional year, it is a cow being milked. That's right, Truity. Now with the flaming grindhouse. Thank you so much, Truity. He got the flaming grindhouse right now, bringing the flaming motif. Speaking of flaming, God damn, please, everybody put the prayer hands up. Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry I had to say this too. I want to say this too.
Yeah.
Please. Now I'm thinking about, I wanted, before I move into the next topic, I should have led with this and I forgot because I had all these audio issues, but I wanted to say, I am really praying for Optimus Code, and shout out to him. He is a great person. Talked to him a lot, and his job, he was coming on here just to kind of, he trolled and stuff, but man, he was there to try to make something better at gaming, and he was definitely there to educate and talk about the games, and he contributed a lot to the Twitter and to the YouTube and stuff. And prayers are with him and his family, because he's a great guy, and I enjoyed him. He was a member. He came in on the Grindhouse. We had great conversations, and shout out to him. I just wanted to I should have led with that, but I got so caught up into this audio issue stuff that I just want to just take this time now and just definitely just hopefully he comes back, and he's back and doing his thing that he loves to do. And gaming was a big thing for him, and I hope, because he did do I didn't get a chance to attend it because I was working. They did do a Twitter space. He was on it, but all prayers out to him, man, and I hope he gets better and comes back and does this. And the Grindhouse will welcome him back on. He'll bring in his code finesse, and shout out to him and his family and pray for them. But I just want to say, he got sick. He had I think it was somebody put on Twitter, he had a stroke.
He had a stroke.
Yeah, he had a stroke.
Yeah, he had a stroke, man. So that's rough to go through for anybody.
So he's struggling right now, like with memory. I think right now, like with his memory and things like that. Yeah. So press
that's hard. It's hard to hear anybody go through something like this, man. Especially when I consider his age and my age. I'm in my mid-40s, and
again,
I just think
it's
that's rough to hear anybody go through, and their family have to deal with that, because gaming aside, we're people, and I don't wish this on anybody, even my worst enemy.
Yeah, this is a gaming conversation, man. This is
gaming conversation, not even my worst enemy, because even my worst enemy, I don't wish this on him. My worst enemy, has to deal with what he has to deal with, and I don't want him to necessarily go through something like this. And that's hard. That's really hard.
Hopefully, I'm glad he did a Twitter space to try to get back into, to do that. And, hopefully, everybody could, sentiment thing on on Twitter and
Yeah,
stuff.
I wish him and his family all the best, and I think I have hope that he's gonna bounce back.
Yo,
Uh,
yo,
I really do. I
yeah.
really
I
do.
hope he gets well soon, and as soon as he gets well, he's coming
Yes.
back onto this Grindhouse. So
Yeah,
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 so
yeah, definitely.
yeah, definitely I want to share a lot with that, but yeah, I wanted to definitely set that out because that did happen since the last show. That happened because he was quiet for a while, and then he came, and then all of a sudden, well, I think they tweeted out
Yeah, I
yesterday.
would hear him all the time, and it was
Yeah,
just weird out of the blue that happened. I was like, wait, where is this guy? You know, I was like, okay, Optimus is not. I was like, because he had the
yeah,
whole
because
thing
he would
going.
be on every day, man, and he was doing big
Yeah,
in
it
those
was
Twitter Spaces
weird.
too.
He just disappeared, and I was like, wait, where is Optimus? Yeah, that was a weird thing. That was a weird thing. That's how I kind of thought. I was like, maybe I hope something that bad didn't happen to him. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
he did have
they
a
came
stroke,
out
but
today, but yeah. Hey, shout out
yeah,
Optimus Back Sweat for $2 says hello, friends. On cue, Optimus Back Sweat. Hopefully, prayers for Optimus, and hopefully gets back into the Twitter Spaces and gets back on the social media.
yeah,
So hang in there and
yeah,
prayers
most
him.
definitely.
So yeah, well, the next topic is the one thing, and the last two topics we're gonna do. This one's very quick, but definitely that Spider-Man thing that comes out
Whoa, I saw
with
that. Is
the
that real
Avengers.
video?
Oh yeah, dude, that is
Woo!
the
That
that
thing
is the stunt
looks
double
rough,
Spider-Man. I said Crystal
dude.
Dynamics is known for the stunt double, so be careful, Joanna Doc. You will be a stunt
Yo,
double because Crystal Dynamic is
I
the
I
creator
I
of
tell you
bootleg
what,
Joels and stunt doubles.
if that is real footage of what that looks
I'm gonna
like,
get it.
that's rough. And
Hold on.
let me tell you this. I did download the Avengers game again and start playing on PS5, and it actually now I feel like it's a competent game. Maybe at launch guess I didn't feel like it's a. It just feels like it's competent now. Like when I'm playing, I'm enjoying, but
It had a good
geez, man, that
story, but once after that story mode, the grind
Spider-Man looked
sucked.
rough.
Yo, it did.
That Spider-Man looks if that and then I saw I think it was you or either somebody said, hey, if this is what they did to Spider-Man Crystal Dynamics, imagine what they could do to Perfect Dark.
Oh,
And I
that
was
was
like,
me. That was me.
yo. I was like, yo, I never thought about that. I was like,
Dude, that's
yo,
that dude, that's the studio. The thing is that's the studio that Microsoft reached out for help. They're the studio that needs the help.
oh jeez, man.
Dude, that's the
That's
the help
rough.
needs the help.
That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah, I think I have the video here. Oh, here it is. Oh god. Of course IGN, and their pristine
Oh yeah.
gameplay. You know them. They know how to play games over there at IGN. They got them with the hands on. So, I would definitely
I swear we as a community need to form our own type of reviewing site. Screw IGN,
dude,
screw
IGN, dude.
look. There's very few people in the
Dude, it
gaming
looks
space
like
as far as gaming
Spider-Man.
that
I
bad.
said it was almost like Times Square Spider-Man. Like, it's basically the guy in
Oh,
the
it
fat
looks
suit wearing the
bad.
Spider-Man costume. Like, he moves so slow.
No, it looked like the guy. Somebody put on there. I don't know if that was.
I think
Sid
it was me
dude,
again, Frog. The
the
guy in
fucking
fat Spider-Man
Spider-Man
dancing.
black flipping on his neck. That had me crying.
Yeah, Sick did that one. Somebody did that one. I did the fat Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Dude, I don't know.
Oh,
Why
the
does
fat
his spider
Spider-Man,
sense look
yeah.
like friggin' radiation coming out of his head?
Why does the spider sense look like
Dude,
shit?
they're
That's
making
what it
Perfect
sits
Dark.
for.
Oh my goodness. And on top of it, the Spider-Man doesn't even have a story DLC. I'm gonna take this slow ass
No.
Spider-Man and I'm
Are
gonna
you
be
serious?
fighting robots again.
No story
in the
DLC?
same no.
Oh yeah,
In the
they need
same
to stop.
environments
They need
that
to
I've been
stop.
fighting these robots and people in for the last for the last
Black Panther
year.
got his own story DLC.
Yeah,
How
there's
can
no story for
not get
Spider-Man.
his own DLCs?
Oh my god, Josh Ed says Crystal Dynamics is the main dev. Dude, they're the main, they're the
Oh
help of the
my
help.
gosh.
All I'm saying is good luck, Joanna Doc. We're gonna be coming in with Joanna Doc bootleg style. Dude, I don't know, man.
Damn,
This
tell
is
you
like
what, man, that's rough.
look at this. That Hurricanrana missed. How did a Spider-Man miss the Hurricanrana? How the hell did the Spider-Man just miss that? Wait a second. I gotta go back to the videotapes. Wait a second. Look at this. Dude, Frog, I don't know. You're going to see the delay, but watch Spider-Man miss the Hurricanrana. He whiffed on the Hurricanrana. I don't know how to do my slow thing. How do you do slow? What is it? Grindhouse, how do you do the frame by frame on YouTube? Is it like the plus button?
Oh my god.
It's shift plus? No, that's captions. Oh, Jesus. I don't want that. Is it function? Control plus? Option plus? Command plus?
I tell you what,
How do you
man,
do
that's
frame by frame?
I thought when I saw that video, I was like, okay, this has to
Dude,
be
he
somebody's
missed the
trolling.
Hurricanrana. Watch this. He whiffed. Because that guy was
This is
level 50.
definitely, I will say, this is definitely not a
He
win
missed the
for anybody.
Hurricanrana.
As a person who
Bootleg
owns the
Spider-Man.
game,
Times Square Spider-Man.
this doesn't. You don't win if you own a PlayStation. You're like, well, at least we got Spider-Man. Nobody wins here.
Oh, the arrow
Everybody
buttons.
loses.
It's the arrow buttons, not the plus.
Everybody loses.
Is it shift and arrow? No, that's fast forward. Is it control? What is it? Is it option?
I'm trying to get my wife to play.
No, that's not it.
To play Halo tonight. I'm gonna try.
It's not that one. Oh, play speed? Hold on. I have to go settings. Oh, let me do. Wait. Settings. I don't know how to do this shit. Playback speed. Dude, I'm gonna slow this down and watch Spider-Man miss the Hurricanrana because it's lead. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Go, Spidey, go. The hell's this? Dude, this Spider-Man frog, look at him.
That's bad.
Yo, Truity with the $5. He goes, how do you ask a broke man for money when you go to Crystal Dynamics for help when they need help? Is the initiative a quadruple A studio? Dude, I don't know. How do you ask the help that needs help? Look at this. He whiffed on the Hurricanrana. He whiffed. A broke ass man. How do you ask a broke ass man? This is it. How broke? Oh, he goes. I think he was saying, "How broke are you?" If you have to go ask this is the bootleg studio, man. Look at this. Look at Spider-Man. What the hell kind of web shooters are these? He's like walking around like these. Oh my goodness! And he's doing flips for no reason. This looks like bootleg Joel, right? Look at him. Look at him running around with his web shooters. He looks like he's serving a dinner. He's like walking around with his hands out. Dude, no. Good luck, Joanna Doc. Good luck. I can't wait to play We Heard You. Holy crap. Bootleg Spider-Man. The stunt doubles. I said it, man. Crystal Dynamics is known as the stunt doubles. Look at this. This level you played as. These are the same levels fighting the same stupid-ass robots in this Avengers game. Sony, that's why Sony didn't even talk about this Spider-Man here. This is like not my Spider-Man. Sony probably wants to forget about they even made this friggin' deal. Look how slow he's doing it. Dude, this is like, oh my goodness. Please. Yo, Crystal Dynamics, man, you suck. You suck. You have, Frog, they have the friggin' model with Insomniac Spider-Man. This is what they give you. Why does his spider sense look like radiation coming out of his head?
My wife is just trying to figure out why we're having a podcast on Tuesday.
Oh,
she's calling me to play. Hey, she's calling me to play Halo, and she's like, "Why are we having a podcast on Tuesday?"
Oh, well, it was because I was had computer issues yesterday. Sorry. All right, we'll move on from bootleg Spider-Man. I think let the games do the talking. I say let Spider-Man do the walking because it's bootleg Spider-Man, Times Square Spider-Man. Oh, don't even try to sell me goddamn customizable outfits. Get the hell out of here, you stupid Avengers with your microtransaction. Oh yeah, I can't wait to spend $15 on friggin' cosmo. Oh yeah, go play Spider-Man, Miles Morales. I think that's why maybe Miles Morales might be free in the friggin' PlayStation Plus to make you remove PlayStation Plus to remove the dirty taste out of your mouth from this Times Square Crystal Dynamics stunt double Spider-Man. Jeez. Yo. This is horrible. Who the hell's that guy glowing green? Glowing blue? The hell's going on here? Dude, keep it. Thank you. Come again. We're out of here. So the last topic, Frog, before your wife kills you. The last topic is the game of the year, Forza and Returnal, the Jeff Keighley Awards. This has been in the brewing for a while, for a week. I don't know. Frog's probably talking.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh,
so let's the first thing
I'm gonna try not to grind my gears when we do this.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're gonna have to keep this. It's getting long, so we're gonna have to keep this one a little grinding short. But the grinders want to hear it. They're gonna hear it. So, guys, Here we go. So, Game of the Year got announced. Keighley announced his awards, and 2 omissions have been Returnal, which that's the one I was surprised about. But then there was this campaign coming from the media and from the Xbox camp. Why Forza Horizon 5 wasn't nominated there? And they went on a tirade to go after Jeff Keighley. Jez Corden, the other Jez, wrote an article about why Forza wasn't included, which I think was a lot of hocus pocus. I don't think you should have, I think maybe you can make a statement about all games considered. And I said this before that, all games should be considered. He put out there, well, was because they missed the deadline. Well, how does it miss the deadline if they're nominated for Sports Game of the Year? So that's hocus pocus. But to say Forza specifically and just kind of put that Xbox fan hat on and just kind of say this game should be there, I think that's faulty. Nonetheless, it is a 5th game of a franchise with the first other games not even being included in this. Why would the 5th game, which really doesn't do anything different, yes, it may be a more competent racer than the previous one and have a better location, but Game of the Year? I don't, come on. I would say if any Forza was going to be Game of the Year, it would be Forza 3, which caught everybody by surprise because it was a compilation of what the Forza Horizons prior to that did. But even Forza Horizon 1 should have been in Game of the Year conversations because it was something new. It took the realism of a Forza game and put it in an open world. But the 5th one in Mexico, I don't, come on. I think that is just, that's not really what a Game of the Year is. And I say Returnal was more of a snub because House Marque never made those kind of games before. They made something like a rogue, a rogue shooter of a top down, but they never made a AAA behind the back game like Returnal was. They've been making these arcading games, and they kind of combined it with AAA with this kind of third person action shooter with a different different feel. Whereas they made these top down, they made Stardust HD, they made different types of games, and they used some of those elements in Returnal. But Returnal was a unique game, new IP, not the 5th version of a game, a new IP, and nonetheless from a studio that was an indie studio, that was their first break into this kind of AAA field of making this game. Now you could say $70 was too much. What's the price of AAA and stuff? But still, it was a big budget game for them, whereas they were made little smaller arcadey games. And the fact that this game played well, I thought Returnal was great. I never played these rogue games. I'm not into them. But that game definitely had some appeal, and I think they did the randomization to the levels very unique, and it added more interest. I didn't feel like I was playing through the same levels, whereas Deathloop, which is another type of these type of games, I feel like I'm doing the same things. The enemies are in the same locations. They're the same things that they say. Come on, they say the same thing every time. In Returnal, it randomizes it. It's different. It's a maze that's building itself as you're playing. That's really cool. And that's what got me in Returnal. And I think Returnal needed to be there. I think it was too hard. And I think, it exposed a lot of the industry for not finishing games and and just liking for their review stuff and, questioning reviewers. So I do think that, Returnal got snubbed a little bit, and I don't think it was going to win. Neither one of them in the Game Awards I think is going to win. I really think it's going to be that shitty-ass Deathloop that's going to win. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, it's a Microsoft studio. Oh, it's a Sony exclusive. And everybody's happy. Kumbaya. And Jeff Keighley can rub his pickle nuts. And we move on from there. Because these Keighley Awards, really, I only watch them for the game reveals. I can give a shit who wins or not. It's nice that these devs actually could get on stage and talk, but half of the awards, Jeff Keighley's showing them on a commercial break with Bic razors. And look at the way I put my shaving cream and all this other stuff. And here are the game. He runs through 5 awards before he says, and check out this new world premiere. And he says, oh, and Forza won this, and this won this, and Best Gamer of the Year won this, and he doesn't even give anybody the opportunity to accept the award, but do e-game sports awards and have these people that do esports go out there and talk about shit. Or influencer of the year bullshit. No. If you're gonna give a game awards show, then every dev that wins an award, no matter what genre it is, gets on stage and says thank you to who they're doing it. You don't do those during a commercial break. The commercial break is for the esports, the YouTube influencers. That's where you do that. You don't give those people stage time. They didn't make the game. The people that worked their ass off and made the game deserve the stage time. So those awards belong on the stage. Your e-gamer of the year, that belongs at a commercial break. So, Frog, what are your thoughts about this game of the year and these Keeleys? That's Frog's there. Frog, I put Frog. Right.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
I was
what did you
talking to the
think?
wife.
Oh, yeah, you got to keep talking. I'll keep talking.
No, the Keeley Awards. I'm a little disappointed with some of the things that got nominated. I do think Forza, regardless of it being a racing game, I do think it should have been nominated. I think we're in a year, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think we're in a year that is really for a lot of people, there's no definitive like this is the game of the year.
Yeah.
I think Forza should have been in that conversation because I think it is a great game. For what it does, I don't category racing it. Hopefully it wins. Just like next year, I'm pretty sure Gran Turismo will win. But neither here nor there. I think that when you look at what came out this year, I think they're getting like Tales of Arise should have been in the Game of the Year nominee.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. They put some. I look at that game, the Game of the Year, just that category itself, bullshit in there. I feel that shouldn't be in there. Deathloop should not be in there. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I think Deathloop should be in other categories. And I own Deathloop and I play it. And I think it's a cool game. Me and my wife both played it. My wife, I'm gonna tell you hands down, she thought it was hilarious. But she didn't think it was the game that
from the main character.
The sound design is great.
Yeah.
The voice acting is great. The atmosphere. But she didn't think it was the game that I told her when I explained to her what it was. She got in there and she was like, this is a weird game. And you're constantly doing stuff over and over in Groundhog's Day. And she's like, oh, no, this is not. No. And I was like, this game got a 10 by IGN. And she was like, whoever gave this game a 10.
A lot.
She's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just. So my whole thing is, I think there's some games that, when I hear a lot of people say snubbed, I do agree that Forza should have been in the Game of the Year competition because I think it's one of those games that, even though Forza is Forza, I do think that it's a game that no matter what, it's going to stand the test of its time. Of this is a quality game. What I'm saying is it's a quality game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a quality game. It's a quality game, but it's the fifth
no
version of
how
a
you look
quality
at it,
game. What about the other ones?
You see what I'm saying? So my whole thing is like, why is Deathloop in this conversation? There's some other categories
Deathloop
I
needs
look
to be
at.
out of there. Also, too, I think Resident Evil 8 needed to go too. Like, I liked Resident Evil 8.
I don't think Resident Evil should be in the Game of the Year conversation either.
I don't think so either. Because I liked Resident Evil 8, but I think Resident Evil 7 was more deserving because that was something new to the Resident Evil series. I think Resident Evil 8 just took what 7 did and just kind of did it differently. Like, did it pretty much the same. Like, I don't think 8 did anything better, than 7. I think 7 was the changing for Resident Evil. It was like the God of War to God of War, God of War 2018.
Here's something I'm going to say that's going to be controversial. I do think that Flight Simulator for a console game, for what they accomplished on a console, not a PC, on a console, I don't think Game of the Year, but I think it did need to be in conversation because this is a game that typically you would never see on a console. And we've reached a pinnacle and a point, I think, that we can do a lot more on consoles than we used to ever be able to do. I honestly think they could easily do World of Warcraft on console. Easily.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And what here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. Yes. I think they could do World of Warcraft on console, but will it make a lot of money? Probably not. But I think Flight Simulator, and I know it's nominated, but I do think it needs a conversation piece because you have to see what we accomplished on a console, of these machines that people are typically, we don't get games like this. So there are some things, and I you know what I'm
Frog, the grinders, you said it was controversial. The grinders are going wild right now. You see the chat.
No, I'm saying here's the thing, it needs to be in the conversation. I don't think it's game of the year.
Do you know that it's voted the best simulator this year and won last year? You know that?
See, okay, but yeah, but here's the thing. This on a console. It's a completely different, in a sense, thing. You know, so
So
I
they
do think we
scaled
need
it
to have
down
a
for the
conversation.
console.
I mean, we need to have a conversation. Like, look, like, I mean, what else is on console that's really that you can look at and say, wow, I've never seen them take something that was so prestigious on PC and put it on a console. We can't keep talking about Crisis. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point we have to talk about, wow, this was a game that we never thought could come from PC to console, and it's on a console. Like, holy shit, man, that's a big feat. So I do think it needs to have a conversation piece. You know, we need to look at
I
here's the
see where
thing.
you're coming from. Like, I definitely
See what I'm saying?
see where you're coming
I
from.
mean,
Where you're saying like, hey, it's this PC, but it's also a PC port of a year-old game.
Yes, it is, but I don't think it stops the conversation and saying, look, we're doing games like this from the PC to console. Like, why can't we take some of those really great PC games and find a way to put them on console to draw a bigger audience for the franchise of this game? Because I think there are people out there who do want to play some of these games that are on PC, but they're not on console. They're only on PC and they're only in the Steam store, Microsoft store, whatever. So I mean, yeah, it's a point that people are going to say, hey, you know, screw that game. I'm not saying it because of an Xbox.
It's trying. I know what you're saying. You're trying to say that it's like the consoles have like reached kind of close to PC that you can get these
very
games.
close to it.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought we reached there with the PS2, and look at where we are now. Hey, remember PS2? They were talking about Pixar-like graphics. We are
Ratchet, man. Oh, baby.
We are in the space.
What do you think about
Pixar.
Ratchet as Game of the Year, though? That I was like, I thought Returnal over Ratchet for Game of the Year.
I think Ratchet is here's my thing. I beat Ratchet. I think it's a great game.
Oh, it's a great game, but like,
I think it's a great game. I think it's in a conversation of some awards. I think Returnal brought something different to the table.
Yeah.
And to me, that's why I think it should have been in that Game of the Year conversation and not Ratchet. Ratchet is gorgeous. Ratchet has great music. Ratchet does some really great things with the DualSense. It's a really good game. Game of the Year, 10 out of 10. Like, I don't even think Returnal's 10 out of 10, but we're just talking from something new, something different. Returnal needs to be there. It definitely needs to be in the conversation. I think that Tales of Arise needs to be there. Screw RPG of the Year. Tales of Arise is such.
Yeah, you love that game. I still have it. I just got it. I gotta play it.
Tales of Arise to me is, and people are gonna hate me for this. In a lot of ways, Tales of Arise it's a better story and better gameplay mechanics than Final Fantasy VII Remake. I really do think it is in a lot of ways. And if you haven't played the game, I stress to you, if you're an RPG fan, you got to play this game. I mean, just an amazing story, great combat, great. It's such a good game that it really, to me, I think Tales of Arise shocked a lot of people for what an RPG could do. And I had an absolute joy playing it. I'm probably going to buy it again on my Xbox Series X because I enjoy the game that much that I'm like, I know there's some stuff I missed, but it was such a well put together product that anybody who says Final Fantasy VII Remake and they bought the what was the add-on they gave us this year?
Oh, the Yuffie DLC.
Yeah, the Yuffie.
And also the Ghost of Tsushima. Like, I think they should have like best DLC, best expansions.
I definitely think there's some games where we look at and I'm like, this year was one of those years, and I've heard a lot of people say this, and I totally agree. There was no definitive. This is the best game this year.
But what about Spider-Man Miles Morales? Like, I don't like how last year's launch lineup gets ignored because like it came out in November. Like, did that make last year's cut?
Did Demon Souls make last year's cut? I don't know.
No, they didn't. I think they were supposed to be for this year because Cyberpunk got nominated and that came out before that.
Yeah, how did Cyberpunk get nominated for RPG? And I'm like, I beat Cyberpunk.
But Miles Morales and Demon Souls didn't get nomination. Miles Morales is on sale for friggin' like Miles Morales is on sale for the whole like selling like crazy, and that was an amazing story and expansion onto what Spider-Man 1 was. Like they took Spider-Man, which was the great game of the year again, like and did it better. Like, why wouldn't you nominate Miles Morales?
The Keighley Awards are weird.
It is. It's all politic bullshit.
You know what the Keighley Awards remind me of? Like you get like the awards, you kind of know. like for instance, the family games, you know it's going to be a Nintendo game, right? But here's the thing about the Keeley Awards, when I kind of figure is
remake of the year, like
I'm looking for there need to be more categories,
there
but
need to
I'm
be more
looking
gaming
for
categories and not
more.
the influencer
I'm
of the
looking. I'm looking
year,
forward to
ass kisser of the
right.
year.
I'm looking forward to more of what's going to be announced there. That's what I
That's
want to
all
see.
I watch it for. The new
Because
game
I think
announcements.
we're
Because
going to get
without E3, like at
we're
least
going to
there's
get something announced at this year's Game Awards that we don't expect. I think that's there's something big coming.
I think there's
and
a
I
lot
think
of
it's going to
games
be
that
on
are going to be
PlayStation
announced
5.
that would not. Yeah, and I think Sony is.
I
That's why
think we'll
Sony
get,
gave
I
you
think
that
there's
shit ass
Sony's PlayStation
state
5
of
has
play.
something huge coming that's going
Yeah.
to, and if anybody has ever followed what Sony's between Xbox and Sony, Halo Infinite just came out.
Dude, there's
Game Awards
something
are going
coming
to
from
come out.
Sony at this award
Sony
show.
always
I think
finds
so.
a way to shit on Xbox. They're going to find a
They're
way
gonna
this
do
Game
something.
Awards to shit on it. They're going to do it.
They're gonna
They
show
do it
either
every year.
Spider-Man gameplay, a God of War a feature, something like that, or they're gonna announce a brand new game like the Kojima game or
They
something
might
like
announce
that.
something
They're gonna do
brand
something.
new that we've been asking for, and now will be the time to say, "Hey, Factions is back with Last of Us
Jesus,
Part
imagine
2."
new factions. Holy
And
shit! Like,
that would
yeah,
just shut down the
I can
stuff.
imagine. I think Sony is because that was something that I did, and I don't want to cover it again and get into another topic, but I do think like Sony's definitely for the holiday. Sony's been real, just kind of like just chilling. And Microsoft has been out there going like, the world isn't like, kind of like in the streets screaming, handing out flyers and all this other stuff. And Sony's just like sitting in their house looking out their window going, oh, there's that Phil Spencer handing out that stuff. Like, we'll just chill and wait,
When you look at this year, man, this year has been a console launch year. So there have been a lot of games that have been good. There have been a lot of games that have been really good. There's nothing that's been on that level to me of a God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn.
I know, right? Josh has
been on that level. There's nothing been on that level of Breath of the Wild. Nothing's been on that level, but there's been some really good games.
Dude, we just went through Frog.
Nothing's been at 10 out of 10. Nothing's been at 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
Not
like it was a
game have I
mediocre
thought is 10 out
year
of 10.
because of the pandemic.
A lot of 9s, a lot of 8s, a lot of 6s and 7s.
Yeah.
But
no, it's a lot of
10 out
unnecessary 10s too. But Josh says like, Sony speaks one word and all this Xbox back is over. Dude, Josh, if you remember, we just went through this. We saw this through the summertime when they had MLB The Show, when they had Outriders, and Microsoft just kept talking, and Microsoft was the only one at E3, and they talked to E3, and they showed Perfect, and they talked about Perfect, they didn't talk about Perfect Dark,
right?
But like basically they had E3 all to themselves. Sony didn't say anything. Sony showed a little Horizon, I think a couple of weeks before, but then all of a sudden, Sony did one show, talked about Wolverine, Knights of the Old Republic, Spider-Man 2.
I'm at my door and trying to figure out who it is. Oh shit, Gamepass.
Oh shit, Gamepass is coming to your door? But like they basically said one show, and that show with Wolverine and Spider-Man, they talked about it for months. We still talk about it months on end. Like it was immediately just like all that for a drop of blood. Like that's basically Microsoft's out there pulling out the Iron Man, all his gadgets and smacking stuff, instant play, instant zoom, Game Pass, Series S's boosters, and all this other stuff. And then Sony just comes out and goes, Silent Hill, new Silent Hill, a new this, a new that, a new Resistance, this, and then all of a sudden Xbox is like, Sony's like, all that for a drop of blood.
Sony comes out after Microsoft releases their biggest thing, and they said, we're going to skate to one song and one song only. And they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, right?
And then, they come out and they just drop some shit.
That's what I said. Like, they could do that. That's why I think the Game Awards, and maybe Microsoft's going to show some gameplay to something. Maybe Starfield gameplay gets shown. I do think the Game Awards this year are going to be big announcements for next year and years after games. Like that's why I'm interested in the Game Awards this year, is that I think they're going to be big announcements because everybody was held back because of the pandemic, and this year was a delayed year. I remember end of last year, everybody's like, next year is going to be incredible, and then you find out that everything scheduled for this year got postponed again, and now we're hearing things getting delayed, next year, some of the stuff. So I do think that this year's game announcements are going to be big at the Game Awards. And I think Sony is going to be bringing some stuff. And, but my thing is like, with the Returnal and with the, I think with Forza, just to recap on the Forza thing, like I think all games should be considered for Game of the Year, but he said that all of them are, but the awards, basically, they didn't get enough awards because Jez Corden was like, it's because it missed the cutoff date and stuff. And then Jeff Keighley's like, no, it didn't. It just didn't get enough votes to be Game of the Year. Completely shut that shit down, man. Like Jeff Keighley, went out just bull. And I heard, that I saw just a lot of the people in the media didn't like, because he was kind of discrediting all the media with saying that it's not it's not favoring Forza. And I think the push for Forza in Game of the Year was a little ridiculous. And I just think, again, it's Xbox looking for their slow clap moment, like the 360, but not even that. I told you this so many times before. The Xbox camp is looking for that $399 Sony PlayStation E3 moment. They have been since the Xbox One's existence. That E3, this is how you share your games. This is the price, $399, and that holy crap mouth-dropping moment of E3, which I don't think anybody's ever going to get, because Microsoft kind of fed right into that and gave Sony that opportunity. So I don't think that's ever going to happen again. But all I know is that Sony continues to proceed this, with the Wolverine announcements. Sony continues to do these jaw-dropping announcements. The Knights of the Old Republic, the Wolverine announcement, the Spider-Man 2, even the Miles Morales announcement, and the God of War. It was just people yelling and screaming. And I don't think Microsoft is not listening to those people. And I think that Microsoft is, that's what everybody wants, that oh my God moment. And that's why all these little battles, all these little things, the refrigerator, the shoes, the donuts, every time it's that slow clap, guys, is this it? Is this not another teen movie where the guy's clapping his hands? He's and Melissa Joan Hart goes, no, now's not the moment. This is not it. And they're just waiting for that, that moment. That's why as soon as something good came out, finally, after years of waiting with Forza, there's just kind of this is it, guys. This is our opportunity. We have a game that we could all get behind and push. Even if some of us are not playing it, it doesn't matter. This is quality. We finally got our God of War. It's Forza Horizon 5. This is the moment. Do with it now. This is our moment. And because they knew Halo wasn't going to hit like Forza hit in quality. Now, the Halo campaign showed it looks interesting. I'm probably going to play it, but it's not the Halo campaign showcase that we've seen with Halo 4 and Halo 5. That was big set piece moments. It still shows competent gameplay in a kind of semi-open world. And okay, let's shoot some grunts and stuff. I think it needs multiplayer real bad. Fun with friends, like Frogz was saying earlier. That goes a long way. But it's this whole Forza is our game. I think it's a little unnecessary. Not saying it's unwarranted, because it is a quality game. And it's the only game that Microsoft showed confidence in since E3, in showing gameplay, dev diaries, doing that stuff. They need to do that with all their games. We should be seeing Perfect Dark breakdowns. We should be seeing Fable breakdowns. We need to start seeing these games. And if they got to start showing them. Otherwise, they're going to be pie in the sky hopes and dreams like everything else. And you look after Halo, and I think the Grindhouse said in the super chat, what's after Halo? Season 1, Season 2 in June? Are we going to do We Heard You updates in February when Sony's dropping Horizon and all these games that got lined up? Is Microsoft going to be hear us now? Hey, we heard you. We're adding more rank systems to Halo in February. And meanwhile, everybody's look at Horizon. Holy crap. Yes, the campaign is free on Game Pass. But, something is just... Forza's a great game. I think that's where I'm going to do it. It's my E3 to watch for the announcements of games coming. Win the awards, I think, it's good for the developers to get the recognition that they deserve, especially working in this kind of this environment that they were in. And I think every award that was for a game, the developer should have a time to speak and acknowledge and the acceptance of that award. And there should be more awards for games and not for influencers and e-sports team and e-gamers and e-asses. I think they need to wipe their shit with all that stuff. That's your commercial break. So that's what they need to do, because all the devs need a chance to go up there and thank everybody for playing their game, for the work that they did, and they should have the stage to speak. and not that you announce 5 freaking categories. Well, best action game of the year goes to Returnal. Best best racer of the year goes to Forza. And then, oh, by the way, here's a world exclusive. And it's like,
right.
or you see it running at the bottom as a ticker at the bottom, like, oh, here's like 5 awards getting announced. But meanwhile, you're like, esports gamer of the year, this dude, and then he gets on stage and he's like, hardy, like, yo, thank you, my team. And like, shut up. Take your esports shit away. The devs do the work. You just play the games. They actually make them. They deserve the talking, not you. I understand you have a business, you have a job, but you could be a commercial break. You don't need to be the stage. Give the devs the stage to speak because they are working. They have a team to thank. They got a group of people that they work day in and day out, crunched with. They need to thank those people. Give them the stage. So, anyway, I ain't Frog. What were you going to say?
No. I wasn't saying anything major. I was just saying, like, good conversation. Good conversation.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens. And we will see where it goes from here with the Game Awards. But I do think that, let's see if Keeley takes any feedback about, some of the feedback. I think the last point I was going to make about it is that I do think that what they should do is that they should do what the kind of like the Oscars did, where they added a lot of category, like they added a more games instead of just 5 of them. They added they added more movies, and I think they should add kind of like maybe like 3 or 4 more, maybe 3 more slots for the Game Awards to try to encompass a wider range of games for Game of the Year, to try to show that they're looking across all different genres for that, and like any game qualifies for that. Like, I do think that they should open it up a little bit from the 5 and maybe make it 7, or even double it, who knows, and have everybody vote for Game of the Year. But especially as there's so many games now. You have indie games, you have like really incredible, like, sports games, you have like, not Madden definitely, but like there's such a variety of games right now, it's hard to kind of fine tune them. And so maybe making that category larger for Game of the Year will satisfy some of that, so people don't feel like certain games are getting snubbed. Now, games will get the votes, they don't get the votes, but by giving a larger pool, maybe you could kind of grab some of the games that maybe just missed the mark. So that's my solution to it. But that's if you really, think that it's more of a marketing thing anyway. Now they could say Deathloop Game of the Year, you know what I mean? On sale for $25. Game of the Year editions, and, winner of 3 awards. Like, it's just something to put on the box or things like that. But anyway, I don't know if I'll be live streaming or not. We will see. It's kind of like, it'll be funny to kind of talk over it, but we'll see with that. But yeah, with that, as you can tell, my voice is getting hoarse. So we've got through the Grindsboard. It's been an epic show, and thank you for bearing with us with the audio issues in the beginning. Sorry that I don't have all my sound and stuff. I will get that fixed. I'll see what I can do here, but I'm glad the Grindsboard held its own, and the stream held up. And we had over 111 people, 115 people in here. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. New VIP grind is renewing up, and super chats. I want to thank everybody for all their support. And I want to say, might do some streaming with Frogz. Like, maybe we'll do some streaming maybe tomorrow night. We'll see how I'm doing. But I want to wish everybody who's in the Americas and stuff to have a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. Stay safe out there, grinders. And the Grindhouse will be back next week for Gaming Grindhouse, episode 45, which we'll see what happens there. We'll talk about the fallout from Black Friday. And maybe I'll do a Grinds My Gears later this week. I don't know. We'll see how we do with that. But, pretty much got a lot of everything I wanted to talk about for the last week or so out tonight. So we'll see if anything pops up. But have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and stay safe. And the U.S. and, if everybody on the other side of the country, enjoy whatever holidays you have coming up, and just tune in the next time for the Gaming Grindhouse. Frogz, I want to thank you again. Okay, do your outro, and then we'll be gone.
What's up, buddy? Frogz ready? Y'all can catch me on Halo, COD, Frog and Pepper is the name. Man, great conversation. Man, just keep it gaming, man. Keep it gaming.
Yeah, dude. That's good. And then maybe get those good sales out there too for Black Friday and all that shopping. So thank you again, all the grinders, and we are out. Hit that like button, share it out. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. And if you want, you could be a VIP grinder as well. Hit that join button. And thank you again, everybody.